I'm on the drugs right now. I can use your love right now.
You always be cutting the music off too early. Why don't you let us get a vibe and maybe
Oh,
dance?
exactly.
We could have been
Maybe dance. Let me
vibing.
bob my shoulders and shit. No, that's all good. I thought you were about to get up.
Well, he did. He did get up.
Hold on, I got you. I know what you want to hear.
Oh, that's right. Cinco de Mayo. Yes, sir.
That's that shit right here. Thought you were more of a Bad Bunny type of guy.
I like it. Did get us loose. Huh? All right, y'all ready, boys?
Are you ready?
Arriba!
You know what time it is, man. It must be that time.
We in the building.
It must be that time, man. Welcome to the Really Good Podcast,
Gang
man.
time.
Home of the Really Good Podcast. You know what time it is. We all feeling good here, man. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It is Wednesday. We got a great podcast on the way for y'all. What do we got?
episode is it?
It is episode 16. I'm on point with it this time.
I see
You know what
it
I'm
early.
saying? We in this motherfucker now.
We
I
got
just
the
wanted
drops.
to say, while we here, man, I just want to say I love y'all. I appreciate everyone joining us, man. Please be sure to like and subscribe. We rolling in, man. We ready to go. We fired up this Wednesday. I got a great
Notification
squad
bell.
with me.
Yeah.
I got Kai Creation, this
No
motherfucker.
introduction
Security Comedy in this
What they do?
motherfucker.
What they do?
Deo. No, sorry. Might be Deo, also known as Deo the Stallion.
I don't go by that. Nobody
AKA the
calls me that.
baby.
Shout out Deo the Stallion. Shout out our backstage crew. Shout out everyone who's joining us. Everyone who's making this happen. Shout out to Young MT. Shout out to Young
I see
Rizzle.
y'all working,
You know
y'all
what
working.
the fuck going on, man? We appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate all the viewers.
Where they at though? Today.
Love it. I love it. Oh yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'll cut that one out.
Damn, that's the energy we're coming with. That's the energy.
All right, man. Well, I don't know. I'm feeling good. Sakib told me before this that he told all of us that he had a feeling it was going to be a really good pod. So I felt like I would just carry that really good pod energy in,
love
man. And
it.
I'm feeling it too. I feel like you're confident. I'm confident.
We got some shit to talk about, y'all. Y'all ain't even ready. It's gonna be a phenomenal pod.
Yeah, this ain't last week. Nah,
Exactly.
imagine.
Not
this ain't
me.
2 weeks ago.
I wasn't
last pod
myself
was not
last
that good. All right, so let's get right to it. All right, so first of all, last time I asked how y'all week's been, this motherfucker lied to all of us.
Yeah, he did.
This guy
I
did.
did not.
But it all made perfect sense because I'm over here like, this nigga took a break for the last 2 days. Like he was then he told me the actual Monday and Tuesday, and I'm like, all right, I fuck with that. Okay,
Alright, I get into it. So I got a homie who's visiting out from New York. This is my boy Jace. I ain't gonna say his last name, not to incriminate him.
Jace McKnight.
Jace McKnight. I love it. But yeah, that's my boy. He was visiting out from New York, and now you just made me think that he just left, man. He literally left yesterday. That shit got me mad down. But it's okay. We had a great time while he was around. So yeah, we ended up like me. Honestly, it's not my character. I don't be going out to bars like that, especially because we was in a pandemic. But
Yeah, but
We
it's
ended up-
no one's character at the time, but when this shit start opening up, it's gonna become
Exactly.
a lot of people's characters, man.
Yo,
It's gonna
like
be out.
I kind of hate that. I was just like, dude, I kind of hate living in California because we had the lockdown rules. And last week I was like, I'm all for Miami, baby. Look at they businesses, they booming right now. Even though people died, they took the risk. I gotta give it to them. But yeah, I was out in the bars.
Gotta give it to him.
Gotta give it to them.
Gotta give it to him.
But yeah, we went out. It was a really fun night. Actually, what's the crazy part is that we did go out to a bar on Monday, and I couldn't go out the next few days, obviously because I was taking a break. And then when we went out on the weekend, we went to a bar on Friday, and then we went to one on Saturday, but I couldn't get in because my ID was expired. DMV hit me up, and that bar ended up having a shooting, which was wild. Like 3 motherfuckers got injured, died, who knows, but there was a shooting at that bar. And it's a crazy bar because it's in Sherman Oaks. That's a real
Wow.
thug-ass environment.
That
All
was
them
last
Crips,
week? Or that's this week's shit?
this last Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Motherfuckers got shot up.
All the neighborhood niggas be in Sherman Oaks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with y'all?
Yeah,
We
y'all
got
had
some
a-
energy right here. Y'all talking about my week. Let's hear about y'all weeks.
Yeah, had a pretty good week. I can't. Solid. I mean, shit, it's Monday. It's been feeling pretty good though. I can't lie. Got my next single queued up to drop.
Ooh.
It's kind of nice that we shot the video for once, kind of like ahead of time on shit. So it's like been able to just take my time and go clip by clip. We have a lot of fucking footage, so it's been kind of cool to do that. Got the you know what's crazy? I had the cover made so much like way before we shot the video. So I had the cover made based off the song. I'm like, all right, cool. Then so I'm already it's already done ahead of time. I go to upload the song to get it queued up to release. Then I'm sitting there like, I don't think the cover matches any aesthetic we have from the song. Whether it's the song itself mixed with the music video, it just has nothing to do with it. So then in the day, I canceled that upload, re-uploaded with the new cover, and I fucking love the new cover. I can't even lie. It ties into the music video and shit. Nice.
Yeah.
How was y'all weeks though? How was your week, Big D?
You know.
What the fuck was that?
How's it? Hey, pause that.
I'm just podding. Fuck it.
But yeah, I was playing some basketball with the homies, getting back into it. It was nice.
Hey.
Went over the weekend, went to a park. We actually saw former NBA champion Samaki Walker at the park, so that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's
Who's that?
right. They told me that.
Yeah. He was hooping on them niggas. That was kind of crazy. Like he was
So you
talking
saw
mad
like
shit.
old NBA guys basically at Balboa Park fucking hooping. And like in the morning too. Y'all was there like
early
that's
in the
wild.
morning. So, yeah, he was there, and then like afterwards, he was training some little white boy, and he was like the nicest dude ever. It's crazy how like on the court they just talk all this shit, but as soon as they lead the game, they're just like back to being nice guys.
Some of them guys, they just
See, it
love
ain't
the
personal. It's
Yeah.
not personal.
It ain't
It's
personal at
business.
all. That's how the game is, But that was fun. Trying to get back into basketball, do it full time again. Used to be an old passion of mine, so hopefully I could re-pick that up. And that was my weekend for the most part.
Shit, I believe in you, bro.
Mm,
All right, big dog.
creation,
How was your week?
I got assigned as the photographer.
Oh yeah, this man is
The group.
broken ground. We got a photographer in the gang
Yeah,
now. We
so
pretty much loaded
Yeah,
up now.
Definitely, but now I just gotta get a laptop because he left, and so he took his laptop with him. So now I have like no way to create that way. So now I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool.
But you big
But I
ballin', man. You big
yeah,
ballin'.
time to
Hey,
get a
man.
laptop in the
It's
day.
a young rich
Get you
nigga,
a couple
bro.
bands, you get one of
Yeah.
these bad boys.
I
Hey,
didn't
but
hit
for real
Dogecoin.
though,
I didn't hit Dogecoin.
yo, if you get yourself a MacBook Pro
Oh yeah,
decked out, it's literally worth the money.
I think I do a PC better than a MacBook, bro.
Oh my god, you one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a
it
gaming
makes
laptop,
more,
honestly,
it makes more sense. I mean,
Yeah.
financially and shit, like
for the money.
exactly, because it's not like you're getting more with the Mac. I'm just so Mac bought in, like
Yeah.
I'm everything Mac, so it's like it's perfect for me. Like I can get shit from my phone. You know what's crazy? If I copy something on my phone, I can then go to my computer and click paste, and it'll paste what I copied from my phone, and vice versa.
It's the ecosystem. The Apple is really great on the ecosystem.
That's why
But
they're-
that's it. I mean, hey, if I ever need AirDrop, I'll hit you up.
They,
Other than
they
that-
destroy Samsung because of that. You're in a whole clique, a whole community. You can text from your shit. This might as well be an Apple ad. Every fucking pod is kind of an Apple plug. I'm trying to get
Hey,
sponsored.
Tim
you know?
Cook.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy.
No, that's the only thing about Apple is like, yeah, they made it super user friendly, but they won't allow you to make modifications. That's like the only complaint I would have
Smart.
about Apple. That is genius. That's why you guys are great businessmen.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing about PC. It's like you could add in more RAM or some a bigger like SSD drive and
Oh,
shit
yeah,
like
that
that.
shit.
Those are the only things.
That's
Value, motherfuckers.
yeah,
Already value.
No, we just nerding out. We just nerding out. I got way more terabytes. I should have gotten the second one.
I got an i7 shit. Got an i8.
What are our cameras? What are we shooting in? No, I'm just kidding.
All right, y'all want to get in some topics? Fuck it. We loose. We loosey goosey. All right, let's talk about the first serious news. Drake.
Drake.
What?
Drake.
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 Took my bitch.
Drake, yo, this one hit close to home for a lot of fellas. I feel like Drake accused of ruining singer's engagement. Fiance calls off wedding. All trust has vanished. In quotes. Let's go to Jamie Sun's post. Jamie Sun is a scorned lover at the moment. He said he put out a post. He said, and he's with the singer. We'll get into that. Jamie Sun said, imagine having the most beautiful, supportive, and faithful relationship 8 years long with an engagement and wedding planned. A beautiful woman on your side as ride or die. Then this major opportunity comes and a world star calls your fiance to sign a record deal.
He said world star.
Flies you both over. Wait, did I say world? Oh, yeah.
No,
world
he
star,
did.
yeah,
He
yeah.
did. That's just funny.
Flies you both over, and then out of nowhere, all the trust has vanished with knives in your back and in your heart. Imagine. But also imagine the power of the universe that is sending love and greatness to me in an astronomical and most spiritual way. Imagine. Is that what that is?
Wait, did this nigga really bring up the universe after he got cheated on?
Well, come on, he just went through a breakup, man.
Okay,
Come
what
on,
happened?
you know, you got to be feeling better about himself.
He's trying to make sense of the world, bro.
Exactly.
It's okay to be delusional after a breakup. That's okay.
If Drake come and snatch up your girl, you might just be saying some shit. You know what? Look how the universe playing this out for me.
So basically, Drake tried to sign his girl to a record deal, and in the process, he took his girl.
Exactly. And what's the singer's name?
He flew both of them out.
Yeah.
He flew both of them out.
Disrespectful.
And he took a picture on his on the flight there.
So, yeah.
Like the dude took a picture on the flight there.
So her name is Naomi Sharon.
Let's
So
see.
she's
Bad.
she's a singer. Drake flew her out to basically sign her to a deal. And I'm thinking if I'm him, because that's why it hurt. I feel like it hurts every guy just a little. Because it's like if you're him and Drake's gonna fly out your girl, but then Drake takes the extra step and is like, nah, you and your man come fly out. So now you like, oh, okay. He's showing his respect for me. Like, okay, it's on some bit. And then 8 years of, oh, you about to get married and this shit happened. He basically snatched up your girl, and I don't doubt it. Like, what? I don't doubt it.
Okay. First of all, first question: is it confirmed that they did anything? Like, did they
Nah.
have sex or anything?
It's all alleged.
All allegations. All right, that's number one. Okay, cool. Since all allegations, we're going on to the point of allegations. Number two, fuck Drake, because you should already know as a dude, like my radar's already going off for like, nah. If this nigga invites me on a plane and like buying my plane and like putting me in a hotel room, I don't fuck with this dude. I don't trust that guy. You know, I feel like you listen to his music. You know what the fuck he be talking about.
Yeah.
What he say? He be having girls up in Houston and in an apartment and shit. Come on, man.
Just wait until Certified Lover Boy come out. You know he gonna have a song about this,
got an album
and she
called
gonna be vocalizing it.
She'd be featured on the fucking track. Wow.
Well, since Jamie's son has kind of like embraced it. Like, I'm gonna
That's
show you
disrespectful.
what
That's
his next
disrespectful.
posts are, and then we can kind of.
He wrote her a poem. Isn't that wild? You got nah. Jamie's son wrote her a poem.
Nah,
not
that's
even
ass though,
kidding.
because now you can never listen to Drake ever
This
again.
nigga Drake.
Seriously, yo.
Damn.
So
Like, who's your favorite rapper?
Isaiah Rashad, but we'll talk about that
Oh,
later.
So let's
I
say
do like
Isaiah
Isaiah.
Rashad fucked your girl. Now you can never listen to his music ever again, bro. Think about it.
Nah, I'm good. That's just not my girl no more. Easy.
Yeah, you can't get mad at Drake for doing this.
I mean, the game
I
is the
won't
game.
get mad at Drake for doing this. I'd be more pissed off at my girl. Like, you can't really get mad at the dude that fucked your bitch because your bitch decided to fuck him.
Exactly, bro. Like, the game is the game. It wasn't you, it's gonna be somebody else. You know, like, you did me a favor exposing that.
If Drake flying out my girl, that's not my girl. You feel me?
But at the same time, if your girl's a recording artist and this is her career, and he says, I want to get you in the studio, you're going to be the nigga that's like, nah, I know your career is important. This is one of the biggest artists in the world, but
You can't do
I'm
that.
insecure.
If I got an ugly ass chick, that's still my girl.
Like, oh, Drake wants to sign you? Man, you must be really talented.
What do y'all? So he posted after, then he deleted the shit, but he had one that was like, it was him in a private jet, and it's like, I'm not drinking champagne poppy. Right, because it was him drinking some shit. Then he had another one that just was titled "Imagine" because I think internet was responding to him saying "Imagine." It's kind of weird. Like, I don't know why you lean into this type of thing, but at the same time, it's like, what can any man really do to prevent this from happening to them?
Make your girl have a private Instagram.
Your girl is a singer,
So
your girl is, so that's just unrealistic, right? If your girl's a singer, what does a guy do to actually prevent it? Like, is there anything you do to prevent it? And then how do you handle it? If this were you,
His game not right.
how do you handle it if the exact same thing happened to you?
All right.
Well, at the same time, the motherfucker's they've been engaged for 8 years. 8 years. Like, won't you want to get married after maybe
about
the
my
third,
question,
fourth,
though?
fifth? My fault.
I'm saying, how do you prevent, like, if you're the guy in that situation, what is the shit that, like, because that's the thing, as a guy, it's Drake, and it's been, like you said, 8 years of y'all supposed to be together. That's just cold. I might run to the IG too, because it's like, I might as well make something out of it, because he only got like 15,000 followers.
She's not for you, dog.
yeah.
Like she's not for you. There's nothing you can do about that.
Do you think-
because the thing is, like, if that's your girl, if that's your woman, like, and as first, with the first half of it, he was talking about how she's the most beautiful and all this other shit. If she's all of that, she wouldn't go for Drake. To Drake, that's like she'll laugh at Drake. At anybody else that walks up to her and even looks at her like, what? No, like, I have a dude, like, here he is right here. I'll show him to you, like, type shit. Like, that's how she's supposed to ride for you. Other than that, that's not your girl. So you got to be like, okay, fuck it. I didn't know. Now I know. As Future would say, she for the street.
In his defense, he did say imagine throughout it. Because it is kind of like, yeah, imagine, because I usually imagine you have a ride or die. Fam, I don't know. Like, I think you're literally imagining you got a ride or die. But at the same time, what the fuck with like 8 years? That means y'all were full on invested. Y'all saw a future. Do you think it's just the Drake effect? Like, do you think there could be marriages that would have been so happy, but this nigga Drake just slid in and just fucked it all up? Because I feel like
What if you made it better?
He's notorious for doing that.
Well, what if like they've been together for like 25 years and then they've been going through a slump and maybe she just needed some and then Drake smashes and then the marriage somehow gets better?
Like some
What
Will
if?
Will Smith and Jada did that shit.
Right.
Entanglements?
Yeah.
Some entanglements to spice up the relationship?
So I'm asking again though, what do y'all think?
Like, y'all not
about
gonna answer my
you
question.
think any relationships would be together for 8 years?
You know what's
that-
so funny?
What?
You be asking questions, but you
I know, and then he just starts talking like he just says whatever was on his mind.
Random
Yo,
ass
okay, but what about this? What if it saved the marriage 25 years?
You didn't answer it either.
on the moon.
You didn't give him a chance to. You jump right in. Yo, what about 25 years of marriage? And okay, what if? Maybe. But do you think there's marriages that could have been going smoothly, like they could have been together, but just the Drake effect?
Bill and Melinda. Drake broke
Drake
it up.
slid
That's
in?
why they're getting a divorce.
Can't even cap.
I can't even ask it.
I'll answer the question.
Yes,
I
thank you
got
so
I
much,
got
Dale. You
I
are
got
here.
you.
Thank you, man.
I feel like every girl got a hall pass in mind. Like that one celebrity they'll risk it all for. And I feel like a lot of dudes got the same thing. So even in a happy relationship, like, you know how your girl, like, if your girl talking about Drake a certain way, you should know, like, okay, Drake is on her list of, like, if I ever runs that nigga in real
Could
life.
you forgive it?
Fuck no. Hell no. What the hell?
What about if like 3 years pass or like 4 years, five years pass?
Did that make it unhappen or something? Like, I'm confused.
Nah, you just grew as a person. And you're just like, all right, maybe
I mean,
she was the one. You tried dating in like several different women, and it's just like, damn, she was kind of the one.
I could maybe forgive her, but I can never go back. Like, the way I see it is, like, once, like, you fuck another dude, it's over. Like, let's say we break up for, like, a week, and you smash another dude, like, I'm never going back to that, like, ever again. Like, that connection is cut off. That's just my fucking
After a
policy.
breakup, you wouldn't go back?
No, like, once
Like if she smashed during, like, when you guys were on a break?
I'm mentally checked out at that point. It's like, okay, like, it's over. Like, for, like, no getting back together. Like, the relationship ended for real. We both moved on. Like, it's over. Like,
But what if you're fucking women?
I'm not talking about me right now.
Good point.
Do you think if you were in the same position, you got the same shit happen to you, how would you react? Because we've seen how he's reacting. How would y'all like react to being that guy? Because this is a pretty fucked up position. Like a nigga just fucked your girl, but at the same time, it's more understandable because it's not like he necessarily outgamed you. He fucking out Draked you. Like
Yeah.
he showed up and was Drake. So
You can't compete with that, you know?
Yeah. I wouldn't go on social media. I think I would just eat it up, and then I would have to like just work on it myself, you know, because that's that. And it's also like it's not a fucking defeat, you know. It's like
Yeah,
if
it's not the
anything,
biggest
like
L.
if my girl cheated on me with a motherfucker who has 200 for his credit score, I'm like, come on, like seriously. Then I'm like, bitch. Okay, cool. That's you. That's some issues with yourself. If you fucking Drake, I'm like, all right. That's kind of like even
Fair
though
enough.
I'm like it's better than cheating on me with your fucking high school janitor or some shit like.
so that's where you feel like it's worse if she's like dating down, like in the cheat she goes down versus like because
I think it's worse either way. Either way,
because it's like, would you rather have the nigga where like you see her with him and you're like, oh, they in the fucking Rolls Royce to get like, fuck, I couldn't even compete,
Right.
Or the
I would go cheat on her.
I feel like it makes I feel less bad. I feel like if the nigga was a bum, because I'm like,
Yeah.
look at you,
No,
look
yeah.
at you,
No.
you sick,
Right.
you
If she
fucking
cheats
sick
going
puppy.
down, you just laugh at her face. You be like, you stupid bitch. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You just laugh at her.
But are
Yeah,
you
make fun of
leaving
her.
her either way?
Yeah, for sure. But you know, you were saying like, fucking because it's fuck. Oh, you see, wouldn't go to social media. And I'm thinking, but I feel like the majority of them niggas didn't, because Drake is taking a lot of niggas,
Yeah.
girl. So it's like maybe because it is kind of a bad look for Drake, especially if it's true. Like they just caught off a whole engagement. It's like fuck that. Put
They
this
gonna
nigga
me
on
too
blast.
his ass.
But then again, bro, 8 years, that's not serious. That's probably one of, like, he probably told her that, like, hey, yo, you been engaged for 8 years, baby. My
Oh,
baby.
because they never got married type.
Oh,
shit.
that
Yeah.
dirty mackin', bro.
What do you
Dirty
Duffy.
Mac. 8 years, my baby.
What do y'all think about 8-year engagement?
Trash.
That's wild. I don't. That I feel like that's a big. Okay, maybe
Wait.
not a huge part. There's obviously two sides to why she might have cheated. It's like, but yo, you've been engaged for 8 years. You're just not going to fucking tie that down after maybe like year 5.
Like, what is he waiting for?
I wonder about that because sometimes it's kind of weird when people have like just long ass engagements.
My sister had a long ass engagement. She
How
was
long?
engaged for like 10 years, but this wasn't like, it was more based off that they paid for the wedding as opposed to the parents were okay with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit different because, you know, they were two different, like it was Bengali and Pakistan. They got beef and shit. So that was a big thing. So the parents weren't with the wedding.
Oh, you see, that's
You know?
different.
That's
circumstances.
different.
Yeah.
Different Stokes, different folks. But yeah, it is weird. It just, dude, the set 8 years has got to be very painful, bro. Like you
For
were
the
so-
girl.
for the girl, for the guy, he just got cheated on.
Well, if
why for the
he
guy?
didn't get cheated on, and what if it went up to 10 years? It's like, yo, am I really going to be with you or not?
but I'm just saying, like,
But why
eight-
why for the guy? Like
I'm
why do you
saying-
feel it's bad for the guy?
I'm saying on the fact of you've been with her for 8 years and then she just goes and fucks Drake.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm saying that part's gotta hurt.
I don't
Of
know. I
course.
feel like the guy should kind of feel that expected. Like, bro, you can't have somebody waiting for 8 years. I don't know. That's just me, my opinion. If you're gonna say let's get married or let's even start talking about that type of shit, it can't be 8 years for you to make a decision.
think he didn't
and
pull
then
the trigger?
and then when I'm
Yeah.
getting signed to Drake, you can't be on the internet because now he definitely lost. Because now bro, first of all, allegedly Drake is fucking your bitch, and now you look like a bitch on social media talking about the universe and how this is a
Oh, that
blessing.
part, yeah.
This is a blessing from the up high that your girl's got.
How would you go
Got
about
piped.
it if you did post on social media? If you did, like, you wouldn't talk about, like, maybe this is a blessing. Maybe this was a sign to, like,
Nah,
this
'cause-
ain't my bitch.
But you know what's funny? I can't even lie. I have. So it's like, but nobody took my bitch though. But it's like I have done that, like creating the art. But still, I probably wouldn't do it the way he did it. It would be some fucking creative shit.
No one wants to hear that. Like you can't be on the gram at the same time telling you someone just smashed on your chick. And then you're following up with, "Bro, sign from the universe." Like, no, nigga, it was just Drake.
Yeah,
Could have happened to any of us, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's not a sign.
But hey, I just say I don't blame him for putting it up. But if I was gonna be the nigga putting it up, I just wouldn't go about all sentimental like that. I'd
Yeah,
be like,
hell
yo,
nah.
check this out.
Yeah.
I've been with Chick for 8 years. We about to get married. This nigga Drake slid in one night. I just make it like
Yeah,
that. Like,
yeah, play
tell it
with
the
it.
way that people are gonna see it anyways. Cause no one's seeing this sentimental ass.
Come
shit
back the
anyway.
next day with her sister.
Yeah, no, he's been posting some wild shit too. Like, I just saw a clip of a girl on his feed. I was looking
good.
for.
He bounced back.
what if,
You gotta
what,
fuck her mom at that point.
oh my God. What
Try.
what if, Drake gives him a feature because he's a singer too?
No.
Well, no, listen.
No.
What if he gets back with this girl because Drake gives him a feature?
Well,
Not like a fucking bitch, bro. Like, oh, I
Bro,
fucked your
it's a
bitch, but I
feature from-
gave you a feature, so like you're cool with it. You're cool with me fucking your bitch if I give you a feature.
Yo, now he's popping off, bro. He's
It's
popping
like, I'm like, yeah,
off.
it's lame, but it's a Drake
Like,
feature.
okay. Look, what do men do after a breakup? They invest themselves into them, right?
Yeah.
So it's like maybe they're working out, maybe they're working on their wallet. They're trying to get the bag right now.
Yeah.
So if Drake gives them the bag of getting a free feature, now he's popping off.
yeah,
Can't
I want to
lie,
get back
I
with the
can't
girl
lie.
though.
Oh, no, not back with.
It doesn't matter about the girl anymore.
The girl's probably out, but
Yeah.
to be honest, if you looking at it that, because really business is business. Drake fucks hella girls. It's not like Drake.
Nothing personal, bro.
It ain't like Drake is going to date Naomi. If he does date her, that's something. But
Hey, what does she look like? Hold on.
Yo, yeah,
I don't know.
seriously, pull up.
Someone pull her
Yeah,
up.
let me
But,
see.
bro, if he's gonna date her, that's one thing. But otherwise, it's like you just threw away an 8-year engagement because Drake got horny. Like this nigga beat it up in the studio or something.
Naomi,
Like,
what?
Sharon. It's like you. It's like it's more on you. So if I'm the guy, if Drake want to do a feature, nigga, let's get on a feature. And then so it's like, where are you at? Drake just signed you, beat it up, left it for whatever, and I'm making songs with Drizzy.
Yeah, might as well turn a bad situation to a good thing, you know?
You gotta
Like-
see the glass half
Like, you
full,
not
man.
gonna fuck my girl. I get nothing out of it. Might as well
Yeah.
get a fucking feature out of it.
Well, is that why you think he went on social media hoping that he would get something? But damn, now the
All
people
right,
just
he
looking at
definitely did
him.
it for attention.
He did get a lot of attention. I mean, I didn't know his name before this. He only got 15K, but I feel like all his posts since have been going because that's why he's been like playing into it. He put like, I'm sipping champagne, Poppy. Like, so to be honest, their shit was probably on the rocks anyways or something.
Yeah,
Because like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's like if that shit really happened to your girl of 8 years,
He
nigga,
probably wasn't surprised either.
yeah, nigga, you going home, motherfucker. Like, you not sitting there like, yo, let me.
You know why Drake smashed? You just saw the
Yeah.
pictures.
She was, what, she looked good.
Yeah, she looks
She's
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
fine.
can't even win, boy.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him.
I mean, yeah,
Like, look at this picture of her face. Beautiful.
beautiful face.
I'm sorry, that's just funny.
Okay, my last question.
All right.
Question. How do y'all think it makes Drake look? Because I feel like everyone's been knowing. If you hear this nigga's raps, he tell you about it anyways. We just hearing about it.
No
I
one
mean,
cares.
The game is the game, you know? I
It was
don't-
Drake.
Yeah, it's like imagine Trey Songz like same shit. Like niggas is Mr. Steal Your Girl. Like They told you.
It's not like they lying about it.
Be
You know?
careful, nigga. Be careful. My girl don't be around them for too long. Fuck that. You don't even go into a show. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
nah.
Nah, I'm just playing. Now you gotta spin it. You so cute. He gonna pick you out the crowd if you go to his show.
Yeah.
Ooh, you like that one?
Nah.
I'm gonna use that. Like, nah.
I'm telling you, bro. Private Instagram. It's the only way to
God.
save your
You just
relationship.
gonna keep her on lockdown?
Or
It's
don't
crazy.
date chicks from the industry.
Oh,
That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, he fucked up there.
But you an industry. But if you've been together for 8 years, y'all was probably together before y'all were even shit. You
Exactly.
know, which is more fucked up. This nigga Drake slid in. Yo, I got a contract for you. Fly out real quick. You can bring your man's too. It's straight, bro. How do you bring the man and you still slide in? That's like
Because that's disrespect.
That's
Drake.
Drake. That's Drake.
ultimate disrespect. He's like, you're not even a threat. Like,
Well, this is
nigga.
still alleged,
Yeah.
but we know the truth.
a nigga. Yeah.
guilty. He did it. Guilty as fuck.
Let's wait till all the evidence comes out.
Nah. Wait until certified lover boy. We gon' know. We
Oh,
gon'
we
know.
gonna hear about it.
Yeah, Drake is a grimy nigga though. Like, he really be fucking dudes' wives, making songs about it. Like when he fucked Kanye's wife, Kim, ex-wife.
I don't
Well,
know
what
if he
else is
really
he
did that,
supposed
though.
to do? He's an artist.
I mean, I think he did.
You think he fucked Kim
I
Probably
think he
for
did.
sure.
because of the bar? All
Bro,
right, we could change.
he said a bar, and then fucking like Kanye came out and said, "Stop making this shit like you fucked my wife." If Kanye came out like that and his wife didn't say a damn thing, denying it, I'm like, come on, bro. Like, if you really didn't fuck Drake, say yeah, I didn't fuck Drake. Stop making music about it, like your fucking husband did.
But I don't even think it was enough of a thing. That's why Kanye was wilding. Why are you making it sound like you fucked my wife if you might? But then like, I feel like people ran with it. But like it would be a bigger story if Drake fucked Kim Kardashian and it was confirmed, bro. That would be no joke. But like he literally said, "Kiki, do you love me?" Then fucking 3 weeks
Snoop.
later, this nigga Kanye, and then Snoop jumped in
Snoop
after.
made
No,
it
he didn't
so
get
much
sicko
bigger.
mode though. It was like, when I crept down the block.
Oh,
Made it
yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
Like
the
you looking
map
for him.
and the map of the house.
Calabasas.
Like, his house is literally
But-
like those directions from fucking his house to Kanye
But
/ Kim's house.
He talking about he looking for him, made a right, spun the block. You can't tell a nigga I'm spinning the block on you, meaning I'm gonna try to get in some poo-tang and you wasn't home. That
Bruh.
means nigga we was looking for
Grimy.
you, and that's why Kanye had to call him for help. Like, nah, these niggas is really looking for me. He had to get in touch with Jay Prince and shit.
What do you think about Drake? Like, you really think like you heard the song Mob Ties and how like he
He's
got like
tapped in.
X? You really think he tapped in?
I mean, if you look at the people he has around him, he's but he's saying the songs. At least now he admits it. Yeah, I never did one crime, but he got niggas. Even
He killed
Chubbs.
X.
If you look up the niggas that's around him,
Okay.
yeah, like he got them niggas.
So that's what I want to get into. Do you guys believe he killed X?
No.
I don't have enough evidence to even speak on that, so it's like, okay, X died, and like you can't point the finger at somebody behind the scenes. It's like what's it called? Like we don't point the finger at the mob boss instantly if after certain killings.
I mean, he talked about a little bit in one of his songs.
But see, that's all you
But you
basing it
see-
off of. But we have 2 Florida jits that got fucking locked up and killed him. So it's like I just got to hear more evidence than like, because rappers are literally you could sub anything to get people talking. Or what was the bar? I know which bar you're talking about though.
Triple X, something like that.
He also said
Shoot below the neck. When I
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
it below the neck.
and he
what-
also like Louis bags and stains for body bags, and apparently like the shooters like had Louis bags on them and shit like that.
So it's like from there, I hear what he said, but what else do I have to base off of? Like, there were some bars.
Yeah.
So either he did that shit or he fucking fronting like crazy.
Yo, X's impact, can't even lie. That shit was wild. I didn't listen to X until like after the passing like that.
Same.
I only heard one of the songs that like I fucked with. It already restarted. Yeah, that shit. It was crazy how influential X was. And it was a really young core fan base. It was like a lot of youthful kids, like kids that were like 15, 16, and now that they're probably like 18, 20, it's like, yo, your fan base is wild. Can't even lie.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next topic, man? What's the next topic?
All right, so I mean, while we on the topic of dating and shit and who you let your girl around, let's talk the Steve Harvey comments. He basically came out saying that he doesn't have female friends. I'll give you like a little. He said, "All of my friends are men. I don't have female friends. I'm incapable of that." And he basically just went on. His mindset was more or less like, if you're a single female, you have single guy friends. Or even if you're not single, you have single guy friends. If he's talking to you more than likely he wants something else from you, but because you keep it at bay in terms of y'all aren't together, y'all aren't like that. That's what keeps him just a friendly guy. But if the situation were to call for it, he'd most likely be down for something. What do y'all think? Y'all have friends that are female friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, definitely.
I think like 98% of the time, like that statement applies. Like a dude probably is just lingering, waiting for a moment where kind of slide in. But I think that 2%, like you can just chill with a female friend and have a good time and just
I feel like if you're single.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're single.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I feel like relationship wise, like I feel like I could have female friends if there's a functionality to it in terms of like. Say we got a female dancer who's like, oh, it's cool for content, or like if it's something like business type shit, like progressive, like going forward.
Yeah.
Just because not that like opposed to having female friends, but where I'm at now, it's like the people I talk to are like my niggas, people I'm gaining, we're building up shit, people I've been knowing for a while, or niggas I meet through people. So it's like, I just can't see myself forming a friendship with a female, because forming a friendship takes time, talking, texting. I could text y'all about anything. I just feel like where I'm at, I couldn't be sitting there texting a female or like, but I have female like from jobs I've had hit up, hey, what's up? Job still hiring? Yeah, what's the deal? So if it's like a function, I can't see myself just making a female friend and like
that's more like acquaintance though.
Yeah, business type shit or whatever.
I think if you have a female friend who you had before you started dating a girl, that's cool. Definitely, because that's longevity. I've known my female friend longer than I've known you. So, okay. Yeah, but if she makes my girl feel like insecure in certain things, it's like I'm like, what is it that's making you feel insecure that like I can't be friend with my friend who's been my friend for like several years? Yeah. And it's like, okay, maybe if I understand your side, possibly, because it depends on our relationship that we have. It's a lot of nuances to it, but I think me having female friends, like, is it okay for her to have guy friends?
I feel like it's the same, like, cause that's why I don't even understand, like, I don't have no female friends. I have female friends that have been had, or like friends through friends, or like, someone else's friend, or someone's girlfriend. Oh, that's a friend. Yeah. But it's more like at that distance. In terms of like, I don't have any, I don't see myself getting closer to a female like I would with my homies, or like, I'm not making plans or not, just cause like even time wise, man, niggas is busy. Like,
you're not getting food with them.
I'm not going out to breakfast and shit like that. Like, I got family friends that are female. I might do that, like older ones, or like my stepmom or something, or my mom. But like, I just don't see myself like forming and growing friendships at this time, unless it was something business wise. Right. Oh, we doing this, we working together on that. Oh, she's dope, like this. But I just don't have time like that, nigga. Like, I talk to the niggas I've been knowing, and we gain insight.
I like what you said, forming the friendship. You wouldn't want to form a friendship when you do have a girlfriend. That's like if my girl, alleged girl, whatever the fuck you want to say. I always say my girl. I'm talking about like whoever the fuck is in the world.
Now you made it obvious.
But
could have just kept going.
This nigga in a situation shit.
Yeah.
But
your girl, right? Your girl. So what about it?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
All right, so your girl, what happened with her?
So the alleged girl, like if she made a guy friend and now they're forming a friendship, like they're going on breakfast or they're getting some drinks, I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was the guy that be getting drinks and breakfast with you. And then, but if it's business related, that one still kind of hurts me a little bit. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to let it get to me to the point that, oh, we're done. It's not to that point. It has to be something like mutual, I have to understand it.
And you can have that trust factor too, because there is homies like that where you're not checking in all the time. You can have even guy friends like that where like we don't talk consistently. It's not like we'll both have our own shit going, but it's you can be friendly with people. Oh, what's up? This and that. But it's like usually, for me, there's probably going to be some type of like reasoning. But even then, you talk about like a friendship. There's ways to set boundaries. Like you could trust a person with if they have someone for work, like there's opposite gender, they working with them and they make a connection. All right, cool. But at the same time, I feel like it is weird. Imagine, for regular friendship, you might text about some shit. I'm not going to be with my girl fucking texting. Oh, I'm texting Shirley. Yeah. She's dope. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Put the phone away.
She going to watch this and she's like, who the fuck is Shirley, huh? Who the fuck is Shirley? Let me see your phone.
It is what
where's
it
the face
is.
at? Where's the face?
Sloppy.
So, how would you guys feel if your girl started making a new guy friend? And like they hang out like one-on-ones.
Did you not hear what we said?
No, but that's what. That's why the same thing goes. That's why like that to me would be weird. Like it's one thing. So say your girl has a job. She has a guy friend at the work. Obviously, every nigga. Let's just be real. We don't really like that. Who the
Yeah.
fuck? You got a Trevor from work? Okay, cool. Like, I better not keep hearing about this
Yeah,
nigga. But at the
yeah,
same
yeah.
time, don't keep shit from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like, so it makes sense, you know, if you're just
Yeah.
in a location and an environment, that makes sense to me. If it's a nigga that now you talking outside of work and shit like that, I mean, because to be honest, if we're really grinding, we on our set paths and shit, for you to devote time to people, and also we know if you haven't been texting someone regularly, you're sitting there thinking like, oh, how am I gonna say this or how am I say that? I'm not putting that type of thought into someone. Like, what am I doing trying to mold new friendships? So what the fuck? I'm just out here trying to feel shit in life? No, nigga, I'm trying to do some shit. So it's like, sorry, man. The circle is sealed, but at the same time, we be making new homies. Like Christian's a prime example. We meet niggas through niggas. You have someone that's a homie, it's a guy, but you know, you meet people through other people. That's one way to get in the circle. Otherwise than that, it's probably got to have some type of functionality to it. I'm
Yeah.
not just out here trying to find friends and make these great bonds.
Or you
with
make the functionality. Like I mean, it kind of sounds manipulative, but I guess you see how people work in your life in a way, but also understand that you don't get, it's kind of like running GTA missions. Like, that's what I realized. Like, life is literally like running GTA missions where it's like, hey, I got to do this. Can you help me out? Yeah, sure. Boop, 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 boop. Lock up. You get 200 points for helping somebody out with some shit, which later may build up to them helping you out when you really fucking need it, like on some type shit.
Good
So it's
energy.
like,
That was a
so
good
then you
example.
run so many GTA missions, then you fail that one. Ooh, that's trust broken. You know what I mean? So it depends. Like, that's why like relationships are so, I mean,
Like relationship, like
in general,
In
any
general, okay,
relationship,
okay.
friendship, anything from the acquaintance, like kind of managing that relationship and managing which loops you run in, like, you know what I'm saying, talking about
Yeah.
loops, but like we put ourselves into each other's lives on purpose. Like we make a conscious decision to say, okay, I'm gonna go here for this reason, for him, like for her, for whatever reason that it is. So it's like we're putting ourselves in somebody else's life when we're spending time with them. So it's like people that are there, or at least like when you're with them and they show you a certain type of energy, they show you a certain type of love, respect that, because that's not found everywhere. Like, not everybody has that same type of that feel, embracing touch, because
Embracing.
you found it, you know, with somebody else. So
Somebody
kind of take that, don't take it for granted.
How would you feel about it? Because you were asking this, you were the one asking about this. How would you feel? What's your stance on girls with friends?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
sorry, your girlfriend have friends?
Yeah.
No, my bad. No, because your shit was fine. No, I was
I
saying.
didn't-
that was a good take.
So based on that, like, shit, what do you think about what's your stance on like your girlfriend having friends? Are you cool with your girlfriend having guy friends in the first place? And then if so, what are your, like, do you have parameters? Do you have like a mindset going into it?
That's a good question. I'm kind of open to it, but also at the same time, you kind of have to know your girl.
Yeah.
That's true,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
like, you know, like
Get your
sometimes you
bitch.
date a girl even though she's loyal, like they could be like naturally flirty sometimes, or like super nice.
Especially when Drake around.
Yeah, or they're just like airheads, because like, you know, like this dude's only talking to you for one reason. Let's be fucking real here.
Yeah.
Like, and some girls either don't notice that, or some girls just like the attention.
Exactly. I was
Yeah.
about to
or
say.
they're used to it.
But
No, I think it's actually
the attention though. Then that makes
Yeah.
that's the really thing. When I could never do that shit. But I'm in different lifetimes now of understanding, like, nigga, that certain shit. I feel like as you understand what you're cool with in a relationship, shit like that is unacceptable. Like, if there's a guy that you like, bro, this nigga always hitting your line. He hitting you up too frequently. And obviously, if I wasn't here, this nigga would slide on you.
Yeah.
But if the female is like, no, Trent's just nice. So see, I gotta keep using different names for
Yeah.
niggas. So I'm really talking about some shit.
Yeah.
But Trent's nice. No, he's cool. He likes you too. Shut the fuck.
Yeah.
Y'all talked about me. I'ma shoot both of y'all motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, fuck
niggas
that
do
shit.
not want to hear that shit. That's why I
Nope.
feel like it's like you said, you gotta know who you with,
Yeah.
know who you could trust. And that's why I feel like the same way. If I had a female friend that I was in contact with frequently, it better be on some shit where I'm like, nigga could go through all the texts. You could see what I was asking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the deal? You do color grading? How do you do this shit? How do you set this shit up? What the fuck are you talking about? This might as well be a professor the way I'm grilling her, getting
Yeah.
in, you know, that type of shit. So it's like, if it could be an open book, it could be an open book. But if it's on some shit, oh, no, it's just a Trent and I joke.
What the
Yo,
fuck?
both
You got
of you
inside
fuck outta
jokes?
here.
Oh hell no.
Okay, or no, your
might as
girl.
well suck that nigga's dick. Fuck, got
Your-
inside
your-
jokes.
And if you're talking about our relationship to this new guy, like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't with all that, because
So you're giving him dirty Mackie material? Like,
exactly,
for real?
so he can shit on me
But-
when I'm fucking up.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly, bro.
Hey, but what it sounds like is all of y'all are emotional as fuck. Okay, and
What's wrong with that?
being clean, no, I'm fucking. with but let's say your girl introduces a new guy's name, Gary, and then you see her around the house like laughing at her phone. Like, you already in your
Yeah.
subconscious like mad, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm
Like,
definitely
you already
on
thinking,
that.
like, it's already going in.
I'm
yeah,
definitely
nah.
texting your sister, see what she up to that
Like,
night.
In the
fuck?
past, I've been in situations where I was with a girl
Yeah.
who, not even in the sense of like, oh, I'm about to get my girl took, but there wasn't that understood. It wasn't like you could be in any room and I just trust you, because I don't think you know how to act. Like if a nigga come over you all, yeah, so what's up? You probably not gonna act how I would have wanted you to act had I been there with a fucking lens scene. I can't trust that you. I don't know what you're gonna do, and but that's the thing. I feel like sometimes we take ourselves and we'll look at like, oh man, I'm just being emotional. Like, you know what? If she's texting this nigga giggling while we together, I feel like we're able to just accept shit and just be like, oh, it's me. But to be honest,
sometimes it's not.
You ain't gotta
hey,
settle.
hey, I'm not having that shit
realest
either,
shit,
I was
bro.
fucking with you.
That is the realest
but
shit.
that is true though. But
Yeah.
that's a real aspect of it, because you do. I feel like guys, when you're in that position, you start feeling like, damn, am I a bitch? Like, why am I even worried about that? Why am I sitting there now? I'm thinking about like, nigga, do I look buff or some shit, like some bullshit, like, and it gets in niggas' heads.
Yeah.
But
I like what you said, that we don't feel like we have to say anything about it because we're like, oh, we do seem a little too emotional and shit like that. But you know, like if you look at the climate of today, now women are like empowered to be themselves. And if you look at men, we're kind of still like, hey, if you get a good woman, you better hold on to her.
yeah,
You know, it's like
that-
we get stuck on that. Like
That depends who you ask.
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
listen.
I see that. But like the standard for like the general, I feel like, or at least on social media, it's like you do see that, hey, I'm a woman, and if you couldn't handle me and if I cheated on you, that's on you, buddy. And it's like, yo, what the fuck?
And even getting into that, like that type of topic of you know, you want to keep, if you got a good woman, I think just in general, even past that, like we just have, when you think of all the good times when you first meet someone, y'all are fired up, y'all are excited,
That
and
honeymoon
shit.
phase.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, and even you were saying like it's hard to bring it up sometimes, to be honest. If you have to bring it up, you have to bring it up, like that. But that means that's who you're with. So to me, I shouldn't have to explain that. But I feel like where I'm at now, if I was with a new person and it's even like that, I'm kind of vetting. I'm more, you know, I feel like that's what you get when you've seen different shit. It's like now you can vet a little differently. If I feel uncomfortable, like I feel like I don't even know how you're gonna act in a room if I'm not there, or like
It's
then
over.
it is what it is. Because you could also have the girl that's sitting there texting you, yo, this weird nigga just came in here, just so you know, or like, yo, I know you coming over here. This nigga keep walking by.
That's
just
what you
so
need.
know.
That's what you need.
Yeah. Well, it's also like I do, like when I get into a weird like funk. Damn, where the fuck was I going with this? I was right there, bitch. I was real close.
Play
but
it.
Nah, but
Play it.
Fuck.
Which one did you say?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
That was another one.
I know. I just panicked. I panicked.
It's
Which
okay.
one is? Which one is?
And that works too.
But how you feel about your girl replying to DMs? Do you want her to like not reply at all, give like a simple like dismissive response, or like what?
So if a nigga just slid in the DMs like, hey cutie or some shit like that.
Yeah, or even not even just.
Would
flat
you
out
know about
flirting,
it?
But you know, like they're sliding in for a fucking reason.
depending
type
on what
shit.
kind of girl you're dating, like if you're dating a chick in the industry, you're dating a chick that's like,
You think a regular ass
yeah.
girl, bro? Regular ass girl, nothing special about her. She's just your girl.
A nigga just sliding. He said like, hey, how are you? Or some
Yeah,
shit.
just sliding in because you know, like they want her and stuff.
I would like
You know how
if
niggas
she
are.
laughed at the hey.
See, I feel like a loyal girl should just not reply.
Bro,
Like,
yeah,
why you replying for?
Because even, yeah, and I feel you on that. Because that's part of it is that. Because at the same time, you could still have a girl that's like, she's like, yo, I just like, or she might fucking hit you. Yo, this nigga just texted me, or like hit or DM me like, I'ma just like it, lol, or I'ma just read it. It's like, okay,
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, I feel like it's all about that comfortability. But yeah, ideally, it's like, because even some girls be responding like, oh hey, like I've literally known niggas that hit up girls they had smashed on before and been like, oh man, like I'd really want to like link up and stuff, but I have a boyfriend now, blah 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 blah.
Once
What
you
the
say
fuck
that.
was that,
Yeah,
motherfucker?
yeah.
I would like,
You know what that means?
If you're
Hit me up again, I'll say yes.
yeah, that's
Exactly.
in the future maybe, in the future.
Exactly.
Like, I always know, like, if a girl with a boyfriend replies to me, it doesn't mean no.
Exactly.
Always know that shit.
That means not right now, but
Yeah.
I see you.
If
I
he-
see
if he
you.
fucks up-
okay.
Well, maybe in the future,
To be-
work your way up, you know, type shit.
To be devil's advocate too is like if the girl is just denying him like on her own without even mentioning a boyfriend or anything, that's cool with me too.
Oh, yeah, that's cool too.
Because
But-
if you're just, I think it makes more of a statement if you're a woman and you're saying, nah, I'm not really trying to fuck with you like that. I don't feel it like that. I think that's pretty boss too.
And I feel like that's basically what guys have to do, because no guy want, or I mean, it depends, because how you want to tread about it. But like, how would y'all act if a girl's DMing you and you in a relationship and you not on that type of time?
How long have you hadn't got pussy?
For me,
You been annoying me lately? Like,
y'all been fighting lately?
no, I'm saying like, because for me, I'd rather just probably just not respond or like the message or just be like, oh, like, stay up, have a good one. Because I feel like guys, we not the first to be like, oh, I actually have a girlfriend, and that's what it's like. Man, I know what it is. I'm just not gonna respond, or I'll admit, like them. Like, it's literally just.
Well, guys don't get as much attention. Like, women get attention constantly.
True.
So I like the fact that if she can say no to that, that's like, cool, whatever.
Yeah,
you know what you got.
You just kind of look like a bitch if you're a guy and you're like, oh, sorry, I can't talk to you ever. It's like, literally, nah, I'm just not gonna respond. Or
Well,
just
honestly,
like,
guys wouldn't do that because it fucks up future pussy.
Yeah.
okay, but aside from that, you just
I
don't look cool.
I low key made that mistake. That shit.
Bitch, I'm taking.
No, but at the same time, it's the same thing that the females do. If you telling someone like, oh, nah, sorry, I have a boyfriend, it's like you basically saying like, oh, okay, so if I'm the nigga reading it, oh, okay, so hit me if shit fall through.
Yeah.
I ain't even trying to like, just, nah, it's not it. Like, I'm not gonna let you know, oh, it's because I have a girlfriend, sorry, I can't talk to you. Because then also, you seem like kind of a whipped ass nigga, like you DMing me back talking about, I'd rather just don't respond. Or if it's like a casual, oh, hey, I hope you're doing well. It's, oh, hope you're doing well too.
Keep it.
And
You're
you
very
can
dismissive
you
of
can
the
see the energy. The energy
conversation.
is very clearly there.
boom,
The
boom.
conversation ended very fast.
I really like how Tyler Perry's take on like cheating and shit. He talks about like you build something with somebody and it's not gonna get to the full 100%, but you'll reach 80, and then somewhere down the line a 20% girl will come around. And are you gonna give up your 80% for this 20% chick?
If Drake slide through,
Oh
shit.
shit!
It depends. Is her
Who's
ass
the Drake
fat?
of women? Who's the Drake for dudes?
Lori Harvey,
Rihanna?
Sweetie, Rihanna, Beyonce.
There's so many.
yeah, no. Don't put, because Lori Harvey isn't, bro. Because think about it. Laura Harvey is Lori Harvey, but Drake?
Oh, I mean,
Think
like,
about who Drake. So you got to put stature in there too. Basically, just say Beyonce's popping up at niggas' doorstep.
I mean, it's different though
Beyonce,
because
Rihanna,
a lot
who
of men
else?
like their attractiveness comes from like their power and like their celebrity.
I thought it comes from
I
the
see
penis.
what you mean. I see what you're saying.
I mean that too technically.
You're saying, babe, women are tend to be attracted to power. Guys
Yeah.
are attracted. Okay, I see what
Yeah,
you're
so
saying.
like
Okay,
it's not
fine.
really an apples to oranges comparison. I feel like so when it comes for a guy's version of Drake, it will have to be a woman who's just known for being super super attractive. Then instead of a woman just being successful at her craft.
But you could even put Meg in there though too, or Meg is a kind of closer or parallel, or Cardi, because even looks aside, you're with the one of the biggest female stars. So I'm saying like I know what you're saying, because what you're saying I agree with, but at the same time, if you put them in the category, imagine like
Yeah, that is
Cardi
stature.
B hitting a nigga line.
Yeah, but
like,
at the same time, niggas will fuck anything.
but
That's
if
true.
I know, but
but if you broke Lori Harvey, oh no, that's
Why
different.
would
That's
that even
different.
happen?
That's different. It's different.
So yeah, but here's the thing though, right? Women are always going up. So like, how does a dude that's lower get to like fucking? I mean, you probably could. I mean, there's bummy niggas that be
Hey,
fucking.
you got hella
I feel
fire
like
going.
women lose
Yeah,
their value
true.
as they get older. Just maybe on some fucking what's his name, Kevin Samuel shit. Because like
They
as
do.
the guy progresses,
Oh yeah, they do.
In
Like,
society's eyes, they do, and men gain value as they age.
Yeah.
That's why like when you're younger, like women get their pick of the litter. But then when they get old, they're just trying to find a man, and men get their pick of the litter. Like the value changes up over time.
Bitch, let me see what sticks.
and at that point, we like, fuck it, I'm going for the 25-year-old. Like,
Yeah, basically, and then like boom,
34-year-old.
34-year. Hey, nah.
Where you at?
We going in today, boys. We kicking that real
Oh, we
shit.
got them
Okay,
drops
okay.
today.
I like where y'all was
Relationships
at.
and shit.
Y'all spit some real shit about women aging. If any women are aging,
Oh,
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
we talk about
I ain't gonna
relationships.
say that.
I got something to say about relationships.
Yo.
Lying is key in any healthy relationship. That's my take.
Lying. Okay. I can see that in the
Yeah.
sense of like if the girl's lying to the dude, maybe it's because she knows how he feels about certain things.
I
Like,
feel like
she ain't gonna tell you about her body count. She ain't gonna tell you about how many dicks she sucked.
Oh yeah,
You know,
lying
like-
to keep the peace, protect feelings. I 100% believe in that, as long as you're not like doing any real foul
So
shit.
what kind of
How does
lies?
a guy lie? How does a guy lie? I told you how the women could lie to protect our feelings. How does a guy lie? Oh, I fucked this other bitch, so I ain't gonna tell her about that because you know
No.
that might hurt her feelings.
Yeah, see, I said lying is cool as long as it's not doing any real fucked up shit. That's some real fucked up shit. But like, you know, just how your girl be tripping over the dumbest things, and you just like lie to like, I'm gonna save an argument or not to hurt her feelings.
Oh, it's like,
type
do I
stuff.
look fat?
Oh,
no,
I
baby,
was saying-
you're looking
Bro,
good.
I've been
Come
lying
on.
with that since I was like 5, bro. I've been in the lying game. But like, it's in general, you know, like, let's say like there's this one girl, and like she was like trying to flirt with you, and you don't even like want her like that, but you know your girl's gonna pop off if you tell her. So you're just like, nothing was happening like that. See, a simple lie.
So is that
like,
lying?
Yes, that is lying.
So like subtle lies.
If you weren't
Yeah,
into
just small
her-
little lies to like protect the peace. You're not doing anything wrong per se. You just don't like. I would say this.
you would withhold the truth.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Is withholding the truth a lie?
I mean, they say it is, but I don't think so.
Because like there's a lot of times, like think about how many times your girl gets hit on the daily. She's withholding the truth of how many men came up to her. Is that lying?
I mean, I don't need you to tell me every time a dude hits on her.
So let's get into what your main statement
Go ahead,
was.
go
Though
ahead.
you're saying
Yeah.
lying is sometimes good in relationships. So if we're getting on this topic, let's get into it. So you're saying lying is good. So what type of lie? You were saying more basically small lies,
Yeah, white lies.
White lies
Small
to,
white
like,
lies to
mo-
keep the peace.
more
you
for
know.
like emotional type stuff.
Yeah.
You feel
Yeah.
like that's cool. Like what keeps the shit rolling.
Yeah, because you know, like, I'm gonna say it this way: there is no guy in a long, healthy relationship that has been 100% honest to their girl. Impossible. Does not exist. I guess.
Can be.
You think some lies are like it's better than to just tell the honest truth.
Yes, 100%. There's so many times.
Give me
people are-
give me. I know you named some examples. Give me like an example you feel like is prime for this. Cause I'll think of someone. I'll try to think of one too, but you think of one too. Cause I definitely
You-
I know where you're coming from.
Like it's gonna be right with it. It's like the metaphor of a job interview. You
Yeah.
know, like when you go into a job interview, you're not gonna be telling them, "Yeah, I go to school late," and certain things like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I would show up late to my job. I would call out a lot in my last job." You're not gonna tell them these things. You're gonna tell them the best parts about you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
So what's the line we draw? Like what line? Because like we have little lies like that, right? And let's say that both partners do them. The guys have little lies. Maybe the girls have little baby lies. Like if you were like, "Yo, babe, did you just look at that nigga flexing?" And she's like, "Nope." Well, she probably better off you right telling you.
Oh
no.
yeah. It's
So
a great
what if?
lie.
So what are lies that if you're caught on are not acceptable? Like for a feel. So where do y'all draw the line in terms? Because what if it's a little thing like that and you like, we had the camera rolling right there. We could see your eyes peek off that way. You fucking lied to me. That's one. But like, where do you draw the line? Like, what lies are unacceptable? When does lying become unacceptable?
I say cheating. Things like that. Things that put
yeah.
the relationship in
Nothing
jeopardy.
before that though, because cheating, of course.
That's
but,
an
like,
obvious one.
Yeah, come on now. What's a lie?
I mean, not to some niggas, but
Because they cheating too.
I enjoy having sex with you.
Oh, like the sex is great.
Oh, faking a nut is a good lie. Because you know girls get super sensitive about that. Like if they can't get you off and shit.
But what lies are unacceptable?
That's unacceptable. Oh, I mean, like, let's say it comes out after, it's like she lied about enjoying having sex with you, and next thing you know, you find out she's fucking Drake. That'll just because of the sex, like maybe you could have talked about it, or maybe it's like open your mouth about it. But if this is like it's terrible and she doesn't say anything, she just lies about it like the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
time
Well-
and doesn't try to work on it through the relationship. Like maybe you get some dildos, maybe you use
Well,
fucking
take
lies.
away the Drake aspect. Take away the
I
Drake
think that was
aspect.
just a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Li-
I see.
that and lying like things are okay when they're really not, I think is not cool. Because like, how am I supposed to fix things if you're not telling me things are wrong?
Like that type of shit.
Yeah.
I think that, and then I think a deceptive lie. Like if you're being deceptive about stuff, just not being honest. Shit, what else are you gonna start lying about? That's where I feel like I would draw the line. Like I get there's
pretty
little
fun.
lies here and there, but honestly, even the little lies here and there, like even the one about the example, don't have too many of them shits. Cause that shit,
Yeah.
regardless, you get like I don't want to. I don't know about that, but
You told me you was going here, but you went there, type shit. Like you told me you was going here, but you went there, like on some
yeah,
weird
yeah.
shit. Like,
Exactly.
oh, okay. Now,
And it might not even be her cheating. It could just be like lying about her going to her mom's instead of her friends. It's like, why would you lie about that, right?
There's a nigga there.
Yeah.
The
Well,
nigga got her
it's
friends
not
there.
even that. Sometimes it won't even be that serious. Maybe you got some beef with their moms or some shit. But I don't know. It varies.
All right, next up, we got some good news. I can't lie, I do like this one. So Joe Biden becomes the first president to officially recognize the 1915 Armenian genocide. If y'all don't know what that is, the 1915 genocide killed an estimated 1.5 Armenians, and celebs like Kim Kardashian have long pushed presidents to formally recognize the mass killing as a genocide. So Biden said, each year on this day, we remember the lives of all those who died in the Ottoman-era Armenian genocide and recommit ourselves to preventing such an atrocity from ever again occurring. He said, beginning on April 24th, 1915, with the arrest of Armenian intellectuals and community leaders in Constantinople by Ottoman authorities, 1.5 million were deported, massacred, or marched to the deaths in a campaign of extermination. The last thing the president added: we honor the victims of the Meds, Yaghurin, sorry for my pronunciation, so that the horrors of what happened are never lost in history, and remember so that we remain ever vigilant against the corrosive influence of hate in all its forms.
Yeah, that's a really good thing, because that just sounded so dumb, but like I think that's great that they're actually like acknowledging that, because that was a crazy time for Armenians, especially like because when I was in school I had Armenian friends, and obviously we were young, so it's like we're pretty ignorant. So when I would tell them that I'm Muslim, they would look at me a certain type of way, because Turkey is a Muslim country. So when I tell them that I'm Muslim, it's like you're looking at me side-eye because, my people went through all this, and this is all I know, and it's just like, damn, that's just really fucked. But I think that's just phenomenal that they're acknowledging that. And recently, like on the day of that he did do that, I had a lot of Armenian people come into my job because, they're celebrating. And then I had like three groups of Armenian people, and 2 groups were like super happy, like finally this is happening, and like we need people to have awareness about this, and now we got a holiday, yeah. But then there was another group, it was these 2 Armenian ladies who were twins, and they were telling us, they're like, yeah, we were brought up in Armenia during the war, so it's a lot of like angst and a lot of like adversity that we faced around that time. And sometimes like something like this just kind of reminds us of the older times, and it just doesn't, like we don't need it in our face like that. You know what I mean? And
that's crazy that they
right?
said that. I'm gonna actually come out, because that's the thing. When we talk about people it's like when we talk about even like black issues. You talk to one black person, they don't speak for everybody. So we can literally look at that, because that's kind of crazy to me, because like there's been so much of a fight from Armenians because for the fact of, bro, 1.5 million Armenians were killed, massacred, and no president has ever acknowledged it. Why? Because we have relationships with Turkey, right? So no one wants to come out and acknowledge what has happened because of those lines. They want to keep the treaty. They want to keep everything good with them. They don't really care about all the Armenians living in the United States and just Armenians in general. We're like, bro, this happened. It's like if we were still denying the Holocaust. I get that the numbers are way bigger, but it's at least like the Jewish people, we all acknowledge, everyone in the U.S. acknowledges the Holocaust. We went to a war over it. Germany, let them do their thing. But everyone pretty much understands the Holocaust, unless you're a neo-Nazi still living in the past. But it's acknowledged. You have this stuff that you talk about. What's the shit that they got back? That you get back, not retribution. Reparations. We talk about things like that. That can't be talked about when nothing has been brought up. Like no U.S. president had ever acknowledged that this happened, bro. 1.5 million people slaughtered, massacred. If you learn about the death marches that they took them on, bro, for all the Armenian people that I know, and even the ones I don't know in general, but like when you understand like what happened and what they're really trying to get at, it's like, bro, it's some serious shit, and it means everything for that shit to be acknowledged. And it's past the 100 years mark for war crimes to be, but at least someone is acknowledging it in the U.S.
It's also, like all the Armenians would not show up on the day of school or the day of the Armenian genocide. They would never show up to school, and it's like, finally, now it's gonna be an unexcused absence. Nah, it's well deserved. It's an actual holiday that they won't have to participate in. That's like I think that's a really solid case. Can't lie, Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, back at it again.
Joe has been saying the right things. I don't know about this new tax bill. We won't get into it this episode, but he's been saying the right things so far. Were you gonna say something?
Oh yeah, I'm just glad and happy for the Armenian people, because I remember they were having a bunch of protests like last year, just asking for people to acknowledge the genocide, asking for the government to give acknowledgement, give it legitimacy, stop acting like it didn't happen. And I'm really glad to see that happen, because I know a lot of people, like a lot of atrocities that happen all over the world just get ignored by mainstream media and by our own government and stuff like that. So it gives me hope that, because they've been putting up this fight for a long time. Yeah. Like, it gives me hope that after a while, you might be able to get through and get what you want in terms of getting acknowledgement for the atrocities that happen to you and your people. So good ups for them. Like, I'm really happy for them and things. Hopefully it shows that other people can do the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much. I cannot help but agree with that.
I fuck with Armenians. Like one of the things that stands out about Armenians is like the amount of unity they have for their own. Or at least that's what I've seen, like growing up out in LA in the Valley and shit. The motherfuckers are always connected. Like if anybody's getting down, they getting down with them, and it's pretty cool to see. I love seeing unity, especially like I don't think I've seen unity.
I
Like-
agree. Yeah.
Well, actually, I want to go back to that because you asked the question. You said like, how could they think that? Like those two ladies think that. So like, could you expand on that? Like why?
My only thing is because I mean, as you were talking about, like it's kind of, you know, if you're looking at it as, oh, it's been kind of thrown back in our faces, but if you're speaking for the masses, it's like if some big bill got passed for black people and that was powerful, something that hadn't been done before, and you're like, man, I don't like to think about that stuff. I'm looking like, bro, you have ancestors that died. You have, and I understand what you're coming from in terms of war, and that's why I understand the personal thing of,
Right, yeah.
it's hard for me to come back and experience those things. But I don't
On a
like,
large scale, you're on the macro.
That makes sense. Yeah, if you're at
Right.
home, sitting like it hurts me to think of this stuff. But if you're thinking, and I wouldn't try to speak for Armenian people,
Right.
but it's like if you understand what happened and think about what's right, it's like, nah, this shit is someone needed to acknowledge it, and it's kind of silly that's literally what someone needs to acknowledge what history books will tell you happened. But it's like, yeah, bro, people they went through way worse than just having to see it be acknowledged. Being acknowledged is a powerful thing. So it's like. Someone's like, that's the only reason I was like, what the fuck? Like, because even I'm looking at someone who's looked at this shit and been like, this is fucked up. It's like, that's basically how I was looking at it.
I think like you make a great point. Like being acknowledged is something to be great because you felt like you've been being ignored. Like to be ignored as an entire people. That kind of that's fucked up, like versus we talk about black issues a lot, but you never really hear about Armenians having these issues on large scale. So it's like as an Armenian, I don't know, as an Armenian or anybody that's not in that political limelight, it's kind of like, well, where do we stand too as a voice? Who are we in this country? So definitely kudos to Joe Biden for playing
like,
that. And,
you know what those two Armenian ladies like? That was the start of the conversation. And they were telling me, they were like, yeah, Joe Biden passed this and all this. And then they're telling me their sorrows about it. But then, I got mad love from Armenian people. So I try to understand the culture a lot more. So I learned some phrases. And I was like, Inchka, Chika. So it's like, you good?
What
You
if?
good?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I had
So
some
it's like,
Armenian homies in the day.
so it's like, it's really cool. But then once they started seeing me know about certain things, like me knowing about the culture, it like enlightened them. Like me even knowing about Azerbaijan and like what they were doing out there, like all the bullshit that was happening during the pandemic, and it's probably still going on.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Like
Got you.
once they said that, they're like, man, I really do love that, like he knows about, and they're talking to each other like, damn, I really like that he actually knows this.
Yeah, and
it was like fulfillment in a sense.
And if we're being real, let's be real. Like some people are they're damn right just outright like racist, or people have like notions of the Armenian guys. And let's be real, like we had the Armenian homies in high school. They come flying down the street in the fucking Lexus and stuff. But bro, to be honest, like I've never had no issues with any Armenian homies because I feel like they're similar just in the way for them or for the ones I've met. And I don't like to generalize. We sound ignorant generalizing.
Yeah.
But we talking with the boys. I feel like a lot of them is like it's respect, and they've always bowed in that. And when people that are respect oriented, I got a lot of Hispanic homies. Similar thing is if it's respect oriented, they deal with you. They might talk to their friends a certain way, be cussing them, but when they deal with you, it's always respect. I had homies and I used to do the little dap with them. Fuck with it, not the actual kid, but make the little sound because it's like it's respect based, and so I've never had issues like that. I know some people they talk down, but people are racist to every different race and have like the Armenian guys with it. Like nah, bro, we've definitely
cool
had a lot of cool homies. We have close homies actually.
Yeah.
So
One of my best friends is Armenian.
That's what I love about our group because we don't ever have to be them niggas that's like, no, I got a homie of this. But if you really think about it, everybody got a homie of different race. We got our Asian brothers in the pod. We got our Indian brothers in the pod, also Asian.
Damn, that's crazy. We do have like
Jewish
diverse.
diverse pod, man.
We need some white friends.
we got some.
They're the Jewish friends.
I have a white friend.
Non-Jewish white friends.
Airsoft Tech, where you at?
Hey!
All right, man. So yeah, fuck it.
That's my one white friend.
Wait, what did we just talk about?
Joe
Oh yeah,
Biden.
Joe. Okay. I'm thinking where we at. All right.
So I love this brand new TV we got.
I know,
it's
man.
fucking beautiful.
We
What
got
is that?
this-
30 inches?
We got the screen up, man.
I love
We
it.
official
I
in this motherfucker. Screen man. All right. So next topic. So let's talk.
Speaking of the dude Joe beat in the election, since we're talking about Joe Biden, let's talk about the guy he beat in the election.
Yeah, so we got a next one. If we're staying a little bit political with it, Facebook Oversight Board has upheld the social network's ban of Trump. So basically, it was a company-appointed panel ruled that the ban was justified at the time, but added that the company should reassess its action and make a final decision in 6 months. And then their statement was that they feel that his insurrection in Washington in January, they said it created an environment where a serious risk of violence was possible. And the panel said that ongoing risk is not justified. Or sorry, the ongoing risk is what justified the move. So basically, they still not fucking with Trump. So
yeah. All right. So look, this is what Trump said. The two that got taken down and got him banned. So let me read them off. So in the first post when the insurrection first happened, he said, "I know you're in pain and I know you're hurt. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us, and it was a landslide election, and everyone knows it. And it was a landslide election, and everyone knows it. Especially the other side, but you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to have respect. We have to have great respect for the people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's tough. It's a very tough period, and a time like this has never happened." What else did he say? He said,
I like turtles.
"You like turtles." And then he was like, "This is a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace, so go home. Go home and go in peace." And then the second one, he said, "These are the things and events that happen when a sacred landslide victory is ceremoniously and viciously stripped away from the great patriots who have been treated badly and unfairly treated for so long. Go home and love in peace." So Facebook removed these, the guidelines that he violated were dangerous because of the standard of dangerous individuals and organizations. The reason that they took these posts down is because they wrote that they violated the guidelines because of praise of people who are engaging in violence.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's correct that they took off Donald Trump off of this platform.
Wait, so
because
he was able to post more stuff recently and then he got taken off again?
No. So he got taken off right after
the Capitol stuff, right?
Exactly, right after the Capitol stuff, and then they waited a 2-week period until he lost his he lost to Joe Biden, and they still haven't banned. So the main thing that Facebook is saying, that the board brought to the meeting is that, okay, yeah, you guys banned him, but you guys need to make a decision. Are you guys going to ban them forever, or are you guys just going to ban them for a little bit and there's a time period? Because that's what Facebook does. If you put something negative out there, they'll ban you for a certain time period.
Where did the post you just read, where are those from? Or where do those tie into this?
Oh, this is Ben Shapiro. He was literally reading off of the case.
He was reading what Trump said? So I just read what Trump said and why he got kicked off.
But so that Trump, where was that posted? That was posted on Facebook?
That was on Facebook.
Yeah, but you're saying he's banned, so how did he post on Facebook?
He got that. Those were the two posts that got him
from
banned.
The Capitol riots.
Yeah.
So now he's still banned, and so the board went back and said, should we still keep him banned? So now this is a big story because I guess what they're saying, he's still banned. So it's like a First First Amendment type.
These were the older posts that got. Oh, okay, got it.
So I just read those off, and it's like that idea of so you're telling me that he's promulgating violence and stuff like that, but when you read the post, it's not like he's saying to go into the shit and go fight the motherfuckers. If anything, he contradicts himself by saying, "Oh, go home in peace, and we need to respect our law and order and stuff like that." I don't think that's going against the Facebook violations.
I think these, if I remember correctly, I think weren't those posts after the Capitol had happened? Because I feel like this was him trying to get rid of his act when he basically went up there and said, "Y'all motherfuckers go storm that shit." Then it went the way it did, and then he's overcome it. So if they're basing it just off these posts, I see what you're saying. Because these posts were more like a cleanup act, guys, go home, but they already stormed this bitch.
But the main thing is the inconsistency with Facebook policies. If you're gonna tell somebody who's praising violence, shouldn't you be telling the news media outlets the same exact shit? They all got your platform. They're all on the platform. Especially okay, I'm not saying that the protests, the riots, and the looting was right, but there was a lot of news outlets that were like, "Yo, yeah, this isn't correct, but we understand that they got unjustly served.
So you don't agree with the ban?
No, hell no. Because think about that. If Donald Trump can get banned like that, what does that mean for us? What does that mean for most people, like in their fucking freedom of expression?
I think it means the same thing that it already meant. There's guidelines on a platform. You abide by them or you don't.
But they're being inconsistent with their guidelines.
You don't, but you're talking about these quotes, but you don't think he spread hate through Twitter? Through his posts or through the ones that
we're talking about Facebook.
I know, but
this is a Facebook ban.
Yeah, but he's using
Twitter owns Facebook.
He's using his Facebook account to communicate with these terrorists. And even if he's not like telling them to storm the Capitol now, it's been established that they listen to what he says, and Facebook view that his ability to have his bully pulpit on Facebook and contact all these people is dangerous. And they believe with his also breaking the community guidelines, also the fact that he's lying on these posts too, is a danger to, Facebook as well as like the American society. So I feel like they're pretty just in removing him from the website.
I can't see the just.
What about
because if people, there was violence during riots, right?
Yeah.
There was looting during riots. There was a lot of things that happened during the riots for a good cause.
But there was no organizer.
Okay, but look,
there was no organizer.
One thing he's saying, if you think about because one of the rules is divisive things that aren't fact-based, right? So do you think that it's divisive? Is it or not divisive, him saying that the election is rigged when all these people just went and attacked something? Like he's putting out the message that the system is flawed. And so even on our videos, if we put out some political stuff going out, even if you look up conspiracy videos on YouTube, you won't find them because they're going to get taken down because they don't really let you speak on things like that. So I do think if you're saying the election is rigged and you're continuing to perpetuate that with all the hate groups that are formed around you, I think it is detrimental. But at the end of the day, though, I just think it's their platform. Like, you have all the rules. If someone comes on a radio station, you have a radio interview and you want to just talk about whatever, they're going to censor you. You can't say whatever you want on someone else's platform. End of the day, so it's like, even if it's not fair, you're on someone else's platform, you sign the guidelines.
Yeah, but if these platforms have rights for every single person that's on these platforms, it's like, You're singling one person out. What would this mean for the future? Like, what if somebody else is trying to speak on some shit? And
if you're a civilian and you're inciting violence,
not even civilian. You could talk about the news media outlets.
But it's different for him because of the position that he's in, his popularity. So if you're curating your website and you have somebody who is popular, let's say Chris Brown said, "Hey, everybody go kick babies," and then the next day you have 20,000 babies get kicked in the face or something like that. It's like, you're going to look at Chris Brown and say, hey, you told people to go kick babies, so babies got kicked. Now you see like the repercussions of what happened. Yeah. But as a website and you're managing that as a business, you can't allow that. You can't allow people to just incite violence or just say whatever the fuck they want. Like, that's why you have people that might be hit on like a FBI secret terrorist list for saying like, down with the country, like fuck the FBI, which, I mean, it's great. America's the only country where you could do that. Like, pretty much judge the system and stay alive and live to tell the day. But at a certain point, you do cross that line because it's like, bro, you understand the position of power that you have. And as a website, as a business, if you were a CEO and it's money and ad revenue involved, you wouldn't allow somebody to just incite violence on your platform and openly accept it by letting that happen. And you're a private company, so you can do that. You can cut people off if you want to.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like when you sign an account, you check the box, privacy, terms, conditions. Terms and conditions, read them, motherfucker. Like, they say shit in there.
The thing that they wrote off of the terms and condition, it's like they're saying that he's, what's it called? He's promoting the violence. I don't think he was promoting the violence from those posts.
From before when he said go storm the Capitol.
I understand, but it's like those aren't the ones that got him banned for the specificity of the case. So it's like, okay, that's not. But why can't we ban all these other news places that's promoting violence in a sense
by just putting it out?
Not even that, because think about it. Like, during the looting, everybody was like, okay, this is like okay for people to go burn down cities and shit and have like $1 billion in property. But look, because that's the thing. Because like, if you're on the other side of it, if you're on both sides, I think just because you're on the winning side, you might feel okay. Because everybody's agreeing with you.
At the same time, posts like that were taken down. Though, like, if you're inciting violence, so like if a media outlet is just saying what happened, you can't really fault it for saying what happened. But if a media outlet that was that big that was promoting violence, then yeah, they're gonna get taken down. But I see what you're saying.
Why doesn't LeBron's post get taken down? You're next.
Which
he
one?
deleted it.
Oh, he
He
deleted
deleted
it.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the one about the killing? Yeah, he deleted that one.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not really you voicing your opinion of like, oh, this isn't right is one thing. But if you've continuously incited violence on, because he's already banned from Twitter, which isn't Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg owns Twitter, so like he's already banned from there. I feel like I see what you're saying in terms of if we're just basing it off these comments, it's not entirely fair if we're trying to just follow by the rules of the thing. I think the only reason we're seeing it differently only because also we're Trump haters. I feel like
I'm a Trump hater. Don't
I'm
get
not
that
a
wrong.
Trump
Do
hater.
not get that
But
wrong. I'm just
we're just-
going for like what's dressed.
So we're inclined
Like-
to shit on him, but I feel like we're just looking at it in terms of end of the day, if you're on someone else's platform, they just do whatever the fuck they want, and they do shadow ban a lot of accounts. A lot of people tell you, yeah, this nigga's been banned multiple
But a
times from Twitter.
platform
Yeah.
is so big now. You know, you guys have had like everybody's on these platforms. I won't say
Bro, all that
everybody.
He's
it's
been
an
banned.
algorithm. Yeah, it's an algorithm.
This dude has
or-
been banned several times.
I've
He
been
couldn't argue with
suspended
nobody.
multiple times on Twitter.
He couldn't send nothing back to him. It's just
Yeah.
like, nigga, you on their platform, you trickled the line, you fucking, apparently they didn't focus. Same with Instagram too. Like,
Yeah.
When they start banning, ooh, that shit gets scary, dog.
But their banning is inconsistent because there's hella
Yeah.
people who are doing the same shit that you're doing, but they don't get banned.
They don't have this big of a platform, but I think honestly,
It's
I think,
bullshit.
But I think what you're saying is true. It's not equal, cause yeah, if you're Joe Blow and you want to post some crazy shit, I'm sure there's people posting crazy racist shit all the time. No one cares as much. But when you're able to convey damn near an army of white people to storm the fucking Capitol building, it's like, yeah, we not fucking with you. We can't have you on our app because we've seen how divisive you are. Y'all shit got set up through a Reddit. You are not going to put out shit on my platform. If I'm Mark
So,
Zuckerberg,
okay,
I'm saying fuck you. You not pumping on my platform. I'm not gonna risk that. I got
Facts.
ads to sell.
So like, if Mark Zuckerberg dies and we get some super conservative motherfucker that's running big tech, what would it be like? You know, like if he's okay with these types of posts.
It would hurt his brand. I think it's gonna fuck up his ad. If he came out and if
He basically created social media.
no, you said if Mark Zuckerberg died.
If he died and somebody else replaced him who was opposing his views.
Well, why would someone replace him? Why would someone take over his company that's opposing his views? But even if they were, it's over. Again, think about it. It's their business. So if someone takes over a radio station, you're not going to be like, yeah, I fuck with Trump. Let's promote Trump. Because regardless, it's the end of the day, we have ad revenue coming in. We have advertisers. We have a big-ass platform that the whole goal of them is how do we keep people on the screen and not get sued for nothing and get hella ad revenue and get all these advertisers happy. But that's like what fucked up with YouTube, where, you know, there was ad revenue on shit of like guns, different shit, and the advertisers hit them like, yo, there's racist videos with our ads attached to them. What the fuck is going on? So it's like, if you're managing a business, I think the business is still gonna say fuck them.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying.
I guess it's just that now they're giving him 6 months to either unban him or just disable him completely. That's the main, because Facebook kind of lost in this in a sense, because they were just like, yeah, we're just gonna keep him banned.
We'll check back
But
in.
yeah, but now it's like, yo, you got 6 months.
But you know-
Go, like, make a fucking decision.
Isn't it-
Like, I would rather have them make the decision of like, okay, your shit's disabled forever. Cool, whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Isn't it kind of like funny how you can go, like the way social media is, it really is so big of a platform, because we'll joke like, oh, he unfollowed me, big deal, but like you see a guy who was just the president of the United States trying to get back on Facebook, like, yo, unlock my account.
Yeah.
Don't let me, like,
that's
nigga,
a big
imagine
one.
you on MySpace, yo, let me get my account back. Like you really see how social media is so important nowadays in terms of getting your message out, being in the now, and
Also being a
fucking-
celebrity. That's huge. Holy shit. That's a really good way of looking at it.
That's
Man, the
fucking
real
wild.
question is, when is he dropping the podcast?
Bro, I kind of need Trump back. I can't even lie.
Y'all gonna tap in with the Trump podcast? Be honest.
Yeah.
I might see
Hey,
some
if-
clips from a third party, you know?
We need something to talk about.
Just go watch
Come
that
back
shit.
with some
And also,
material.
I want to hear the dirty deeds of America. You know?
No, they got guns to his face. He can't say shit.
Right.
It's not cameras pointed at him.
No, they feel like they got a gun behind the camera, bro.
All
Why would you say, homie? It's on tape delay.
All right, fuck it. Hey, let's stay semi-political in this motherfucker. Only because these motherfuckers is big, so they kind of, they be in politics and shit. Bill and Melinda Gates, man.
Ooh,
got
Tori's
divorced.
favorite person?
The
I-
gates are closed.
The gates are closed. I like that.
Like, I'll let you introduce it. Good.
New Bill and Melinda Gates news. So Bill and Melinda Gates
Belinda.
are Bill and Melinda Gates are ending their marriage. It says, after a great deal of thought and a lot of hard work on our relationship, we have made the decision to end our marriage. The statement reads. They've been married for 27 years. Where does it say their ages? It says their ages down here.
102,
Right.
56.
Fuck.
Go down.
56 and 70.
You saw it?
56.
Oh, okay, there you go. Bill, 65, Melinda Gates, 56, met at Microsoft, which Bill Gates founded and was at the time running as CEO. She started as a product manager, as the only woman in the first class of MBA graduates to join the company, and eventually rose through the ranks to become a general manager of information products. Okay, last detail. Melinda Gates filed for a petition for divorce in King County, Washington on Monday, asking a judge to dissolve the marriage based on the couple's separation contract. No financial details were included in the publicly available documents.
Just know that Bill Gates just knew that this was gonna be a hot boy summer.
Oh, it's his
I
time?
can't even lie. He's been Microsoft for 27 years. It's about to get micro hard. You know, it's about to go down.
Yes,
Bro, not anymore. Not anymore.
Oh, new ones. He on some new shit. Well, let me see what this one sound like. I should have played this when Trump came out.
Yeah.
Okay, well now we know.
So how do you feel, Travis, about Melinda and Bill splitting?
I think the question is directed towards you. How do you feel about Bill Gates?
Is it?
No, I'm just
No, but okay, it is kind of interesting just because you don't really see that type of shit. I mean, bro, his net worth is 137 billion as of February, and just in terms of like, she's 65, he's 65, she's 56. They've been together for 27 years. So then again, I mean, marriages fell like that. So I guess I don't have as much of a take of it. I think we're kind of used to like, you see people that are in high places, and you're like, why would y'all get divorced? Like, we see like Hillary and Bill Clinton type marriages where he's fucking, she
the secretary.
And they're just together type shit. Like they just married as a business. So it is interesting to see. Maybe it's kind of more of a positive thing in terms of like, they didn't discuss any finances, but if Melinda Gates is the one filing for a petition for the divorce, I'd assume they have some type of agreement of how this shit is gonna go. Yeah. So it's like, okay, maybe it really is a legitimate marriage, because we see so many of these marriages that become like business partnerships. But it's like, honestly, if you're going and you're saying we're filing for divorce and you're at 27 years later, who knows, man? Maybe it's just genuine, just the marriage, just they tried at it for a while and it's not working out.
We know why I broke off.
Why?
Bill caught Melinda using Apple products. I can't even lie.
Using Apple
He
products?
was like, bitch, are you using AirPods?
Bruh, if that's what it was.
Is that a MacBook in my face?
If that's what it was.
She probably switched.
Should I read off his post?
Let's hear it.
So he said,
what a bitchy ass Bill said.
Yeah, I read off part of it. I didn't realize it was a whole thing. So after a great deal of thought and a lot of work on our relationship, we have made the decision to end our marriage. Over the last 27 years, we have raised 3 incredible children and have built a foundation that works all over the world to enable all people to lead healthy, productive lives. We continue to share a belief in that mission and will continue our work together at the foundation, but we no longer believe we can grow together as a couple in the next phase of our lives. We ask for space and privacy of our family as we begin to navigate this new life. I can't lie, bro. Based on what we're seeing, it kind of seems like, I mean, you all are still going to work together on your organizations and stuff that y'all have.
Tough.
Y'all have raised 3 beautiful children. Bro, I mean, I can't knock it. I'd love for us to come in here and bullshit and come, but this is like, it makes sense. Sounds like it makes sense. Like, we have 3 beautiful kids. We'll continue to work together. We don't feel like we can grow together anymore. As the statement, okay.
Yeah. Hey, but do you think exes can work together in a foundation together? Or you think they could keep you think that foundation is going to do better?
They probably stopped fucking years ago, so yeah, they could.
And I think exes is also different from a former. When you've been married to someone for 27 years, you already lived like the majority of your lives. Well, he's 56, whatever. Oh yeah, the majority of your lives together. That's not math. Technically, he's but fuck y'all. Yeah. The majority of our lives together. So it's like, I could see that, especially when you're co-parents too, because you're already in this shit together. I don't know how old their kids are, but you're already co-parents. Now exes, and we could get another topic about that. But exes, I think it is a little different. So after we run through this topic, I want to ask y'all about exes, but we could keep going.
It's like the billionaire version of you and your girl breaking up and you got to shift together the next day. It's like the
Right,
version
right.
of
That
it.
is that is some cold shit. But
That's why you don't get your girl hired.
Facts, bro. Yo, getting your girl hired sounds like a terrible idea. Like you
Or
want to
her getting
getting
you
more
hired.
time with her? Like, are you serious? Like, I'm good off that. Fuck that.
You're
man.
bringing your relationship to work. That's awful, bro.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
it can definitely go badly if when you start and your girls at the same time. I've seen that happen where there's a breakup and now it's awkward. There's feelings hurt and shit like
Oh
that.
yeah, you worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shit.
Wait, y'all work together?
No, I just
no.
he knows some people that I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
and they was
Oh,
together
okay. I
and
was
shit.
the same. It was like,
But
It just gets super toxic super
yeah,
quick.
well,
Yeah.
you know what? Prayers out to Bill and Melinda. Bill's a great guy. They've saved a lot of lives and changed the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we all aspire to be like Bill, man. And,
Yeah.
and here's another step, man. It sounds like a very healthy
Big Daddy Bill.
separation. So I had a question for y'all. As we're talking about this thing of exes, actually I have two questions. One is, what do y'all feel about having an ex y'all break up with and y'all become friends?
Depends on how. The
I'm just trying to
breakup
fuck
went.
again.
Okay, you know what? Matter of fact, that's a weak one. Let me next one. As we're seeing this divorce, would you ever get a tattoo of your significant other, whether it's after marriage, whether it's while you're together? What's y'all parameters on
Hell
tattoos?
no.
Why would I get a tattoo? Like, what does that do? Why
Well,
would you want me to get one?
We don't have tattoos anyway, so see, you just don't understand.
Fuck,
the
Like, you didn't
tattoos.
even, like, I'm not against tattoos, but I was like, why would I get a tattoo of my girl? Like, for what?
I wouldn't even get a tattoo of my mom. What the fuck?
Okay,
You think
but-
better yet, my girlfriend.
All
we
right,
don't have
so
any tattoos.
right.
So
look,
this is
does it-
another
Go
example.
ahead.
I'm open
So
to it.
niggas
I'm
are
open
tattooed.
to it. Oh, okay,
These
all right.
untatted ass niggas and shit.
I don't even see the point of a tattoo like that.
I want tattoos. I got nice skin.
All right. Well, yeah.
Okay, is it a
Well, I guess
name
it's
or is
pretty
it like
silky.
a symbol or is it like something that's represents like is
So
it?
you tell me, what would you do? What was
If it was some artsy shit where it's like, all right, shit didn't work out, but I'm so happy about the tattoo, and it's like, like you know, like it could be some cool ass shit. It could be
Yeah.
a sword with some engravings on it that means some. I guess that's not too specific, but it works out to it's like, okay, I know it's you, but at the same time, like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. But I thought you were. If I get a tattoo, that means like I would die for you type shit.
What about a
Yeah.
puzzle piece?
I would die for you type shit. That's what I'm saying. Like,
don't
yeah.
the next stay on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would die for you. If I get a tattoo like that, if it doesn't work out, I would want it to be something that's not like your fucking name. You know what I'm saying? Above
No
my ass
names,
crack.
no faces.
See, but I feel like that's why it matters when you already had tattoos, because like I already know I'm gonna get some shit. Like this one is me and my brother. This is one of them. This is
Yeah.
obviously Mamba. I'm gonna get more shit. But
Yeah.
even bro, if you when your shit is cracking off and you have something is gonna come up. I already talked to my finesse season guys. Something's gonna be
Nah, yeah,
finesse. It's
fuck
like
it. Like-
so with that mindset, I'm already gonna get one for my mom too. My mindset is like, if you're going to marry somebody, if you're getting married, it's the same shit they're talking about. Even if you get a divorce, nigga, you are, in my mindset is like, you already married this person. Like, so that means regardless, this was already in your head a forever thing. My thing is like, if I'm married to somebody and then it fails, doesn't go through, first of all, it already happened. It's not like a fling or relationship.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was married for 5 years, whatever amount of years
Here
it was.
it is,
Nigga, that's part of my life. And then on top of that, if I have kids with the girl,
True.
like
It's
that's
like-
if we have kids involved, fam. That's one thing I like. If I was ever divorced or had kids in divorce, to be cordial, bro. It's all about
Just
the
be
kids
cordial,
at that
yeah.
point. Cordial. We have amazing kids. Let's keep it for them. Let's try to find a way to be partners who aren't together the same way. So at the same time, you still the mother of my kids. Yeah, you on here and I would hope that my actions show that I'm always doing right by the mother of my kids, right about my previous wife. We had a good agreement where at the end of the marriage, we both are happy. We're breaking up. We could be in positive energy
Yeah.
where I could say, yeah, you know, I still got this tattoo of you. We could laugh about it, but
Would you get a name or would you get like
I would get some kind of the same way as I do mine, where it's like you don't know, but I could tell you what it means.
or artsy shit more?
Yeah,
you
so
know?
artsy. So maybe something that's not necessarily initials, but something that maybe signifies something tasteful, something that I would fuck with type shit. But a full on name, no, because I probably wouldn't get no one's full on name. I'll get initials before I get a name. You know.
Yeah.
What about like an anniversary date tatted, like in like Roman numerals, some type of shit?
See, look, if you get married, that's why I feel like it's cool, because you know when you're in a relationship, you think, fam, you do that now, but you don't know how shit could go. And the same thing could be said about a marriage, but it's like you're already committing to spending the rest of your life. So, nigga, what you going? No, I'm just washing my hands of that marriage. If you could wash your hands of a whole marriage, nigga, you might have been the problem. Like, cause
Yeah, you shouldn't have
what
done
is
that
going-
anyway.
If you were that invested in, but then, no, this nigga had a dude. I'm singing a Jamie song, but he was fiance. See, you got it. Once niggas get married, tattoo time.
See,
I think it's something.
Would you get it removed?
If the marriage didn't work, no,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I want something. That's what I think. You want everything to be permanent. So my mindset is like, no, I want this is a part of my life that already happened.
Regardless,
if I agreed to
yeah.
marriage, nigga, I'm not forgetting it. My bad. What were you gonna say?
this goes back to what I was talking about before. So if I had a tattoo from my last relationship or marriage, and then my new girl's asking me, "Oh, what's that tattoo about?" I'm lying. 100%.
But at the same time,
100%
Yeah,
lying,
that was
bro.
good.
But
Like, I had hesitation, bro. Dead ass lying.
but the thing is, in my opinion, you don't even need a. Because think about it. Unless, are you gonna tell the girl you were never married?
See, I date a lot of insecure, crazy ass women, so I'm lying.
Because for me, if a marriage failed, if you're really forming a real connection with a new female, how are you gonna get across? Yeah, I was married to someone earlier. If you tell me you like even a girl, yeah, I was married for 2 years to a guy. Okay, so I already understand. So you thought you were in love for 2 years trying to build with somebody. So I'm not going to be sitting there like, and you got this nigga name on your arm? But would y'all take the tattoo off if the female asks, hey, I don't want that tattoo of your old, say you never had kids with them. Because if I had kids with the wife, it's like, no, fuck that. It's my wife and my kids. So we just got to get around that. But say there was no kids involved and you still had a tattoo of your wife, y'all got divorced, and the woman you're with is like, I need that tattoo off.
So I wouldn't get a name, but again, like, nah, I think whatever is permanent. So I wouldn't get it removed. Plus, like, the process of going, isn't it like expensive and it hurts?
Yeah.
But what if it's like it's ruining your relationship and this girl is really the one?
That's why you
feel
fucking lie.
So
she
exactly,
don't,
or
exactly why you
don't,
fucking
or
lie,
don't
bro.
get a name. So she's like,
Well,
'cause
not a
look,
name, the
'cause
artsy shit.
Even if it's the artsy shit, right? If she brings it up, like, what's that? Even if she already knows I was in a 5-year marriage, she still wouldn't know what this tattoo represents. So I could lie about that, and she would never know what this. Like, she doesn't have to know that the emotional value that the fact that I'm keeping the 5-year relationship with me forever, because that's really what that means, right?
Every time
So
she sees that shit,
she's
be
gonna
mad
think
as
about
fuck.
the 5-year relationship. So
Yeah.
even if I told you, like, yeah, I was in a 5-year marriage, okay, cool. What's that tattoo? Oh, that just means blah blah blah. Boom, I'm good
See,
because
this nigga gets it.
exactly
This nigga gets
because
it.
now she's gonna be, oh, that's the 5-year relationship. That's the 5-year relationship tattoo. Like, am I gonna get my tattoo? Am I good? It's like,
Oh,
hold
yeah.
on,
And in that scenario, it
Can't
probably, it probably would never come back to you. Realistically, the ladies, you know that tattoo's for me. But if my thing is, and I agree with that, but I feel like if you're with a girl and she's pressing you, like, because I feel like we just had or you had kind of explained how you feel about it. So I feel like it comes back to like, who do you want to be with? If you can sit there with the girl you're with and tell them the exact, yeah, I was married back then. Yeah, I got this tattoo. You know, we were married. If she's still sitting there pressing, nah, get it removed.
That's
I
not
don't
the
think
one.
that's the girl for me.
Yeah,
like,
not
so it's
the
like
one.
you were saying, like, what if she's the one and she wants it removed? Is she the one? Because I think we should base things off actions. What is her headspace at? What is sometimes people? Oh, she's the one, but she wants me to do this, bro. I gotta figure it out. Do you feel like that's right? Like,
Yeah.
do you feel like so? Is she the one, or are you holding on to what you want her to be? Because for you, she got you sprung like that.
That was
What
a
if
bar.
she? What if she?
Son, where'd you find that?
So what if she's not demanding you get it removed, but she's just like, it will make me feel better if you did. No pressure. I'm just telling you, I would appreciate it.
If we get married, I will get a tattoo of you too, and then we good.
But
if-
she wants it gone.
okay, that's one thing. So if
She would prefer it gone.
If we got married, I consider it because it's like, okay, we can have that conversation. But if we're dating, don't tell me no fucking ink I gotta remove from my body
Yeah.
for you to be happy. Like, I think you might not be happy.
Yeah.
How do we get around this, my dear?
Yeah.
lying.
Yeah, or that. See, so maybe you just know who you with because you might be with the perfect for you, but their personality they might just flip.
The
so
insecurity.
So you kind of already know the drill. Like, nah, babe.
It's not even worth that shit, bro. I don't
Mike
give a fuck
Dale's
about the
take
person.
on lying, man.
See, I'm telling you, bro. Ask anybody in a long, healthy relationship, any dude, and that's, were you 100% honest to your lady in a relationship? He's like, fuck no. Every single one.
And he cares about her.
Exactly. I lie for her.
Mm.
That's why I do it, bro. But they don't see it like that. They think I'm a fucking liar. Like, yeah, I'm a
Well,
liar.
they
but I
lie for us
you.
too.
No,
It
they lie
goes
for
both
themselves.
ways.
They lie for themselves.
You think they only lie for themselves?
That's true. That's true.
Because there is some type of go.
I don't know. I think it goes both ways. Like, people are greedy. Like, people will lie because they don't want to lose the extra piece they could
Facts.
have. You know what I mean? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I got this one now, but I want that. Like, I'm kind of greedy. I want to have both.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, when it comes to lies like that, I mean, I forgot where I was going with it. So next time.
It be like that.
Nah, I thought that was good. Now I like that little talk about the tattoo conversation because I've had that one pop because majority of the time the tattoo is pretty stupid. Like niggas will get my
Get a face tattooed on your
Unc
chest.
Told me after I got my first tattoo, I was like,
Yeah.
what's the worst tattoo you like? Any tattoo you don't fuck with? He's like, man, I got my name on my chest, bro. I'm like, yo, you got Harwell on your chest, nigga. I got a on my chest, my first name. I'm like, yo, I'll bleep out one of them names. So niggas thank you. But like, I was crazy, like, bro. I don't know what the fuck I was drunk, man. I was with some girl, bro. And he's like I wouldn't know my own name. Like, I don't fucking know. It's on my chest, bro.
This nigga woke up the next day like, damn, I really did that dumbass shit.
And see, and that's what I justify my tattoos by. It's got to be something that's sentimental. It's even like with his family or someone, if they pass, nigga, I'm glad I had this on me. Or like even if y'all depart, I know why I put this on me. But I'm not the type like Drake. That nigga, everyone he fucking dap up the right way. That nigga put on his
This nigga
body.
got some cologne.
He had Katie and Steph tattoos, bro.
Every fucking if he see Donovan Mitchell show off in the playoffs, he gonna call his tattoo guy. Yeah, I think I got space on the back of my shoulder. Put Donovan Mitchell on there.
Does he have Kawhi?
Yeah. I'm sure. Because
He has to
Raptors.
'cause of Raptors.
Did you hear about Kawhi
Rapping?
rapping?
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Oh my god,
That's what-
that's gonna be fire. Yo, what if that's the only way he speaks?
So Rizzy the Great Kawhi.
Oh, great feature.
We gotta hear what he sounds like, dude. He might be low energy and shit.
Who was his
but-
first song with? He's dropping Friday. I totally
With Damian
forgot.
Lillard? No,
Nah, imagine.
Fire.
Nah, fuck.
Damn, will body his ass.
Yeah.
Best
He gonna
NBA
body
rapper,
bag him.
Miles Bridges.
Hey, that motherfucker can jam.
That's the guy.
Play the NFL theme. This is just right.
Let's get it. That's gonna be the thing for the next episode. All right, man. Where we at with it, boys? Yeah, we got topics for days.
Topics.
Really good pod. We in this motherfucker.
I think we have Michaela Miller and Lil.
I know. I'm just letting the song go out. I didn't realize how long this motherfucker was. We vibing. It's keeping the energy low. I kind of like that. All right.
Oh, he's gonna drop a song with NBA YoungBoy and Rod Wave.
that's right.
Kawhi,
Shut the fuck up.
NBA
bro.
Young
I hope
Boy
it's
and Rod
Heat,
Wave,
bro. I would
bro.
love if it's Heat.
Yeah, NBA YoungBoy and Kawhi. Yeah, you think it's gonna be Heat?
I don't think so, but I would love if it was Heat.
I feel it might be another LeBron and KD type joint. Remember we heard that song come out? It was
Oh,
like,
fuck that.
okay. But yeah, nah.
I just want Damian Lillard to have some like friends in the rap game
Yeah.
who's in the NBA as well.
Kawhi rapping, I would have not have expected that. Just a personality. I wonder what he's gonna talk about because we
Yeah.
don't hear shit from him. Like
Yeah.
we hear shit about basketball, but aside from that, like what do y'all think he's gonna talk about?
Or he has a ghostwriter. But okay, he could talk about how that ball bounced in and it was.
He's
lucky.
probably gonna be one of them niggas just talk about hoop references and shit
Yeah.
the whole time.
He got
ball
big
on
ass
these
hands.
niggas. Yeah.
You should make a song with Jack Harlow with
Oh,
all the
yeah.
hoop references.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine this dude making a rap song, bro. It's just like I can't even imagine what the flow would be like, what he would sound like, what we'd be talking about.
Hit him with the meek flow.
Yo, what if he's like a beautiful singer?
Yo,
I would
Like
love
Victor
it.
Like he's on
alright.
the chorus and shit, and like he's just singing that hoe.
Oh god.
Or
All right.
Paul George's ass. Anyway.
Segue.
All right, yeah, great segue. Let's get knocked. All right, so we'll talk about it. That's what I always say
Serious
when shit
shit.
gets serious. I say, we're going to talk about it. I'm getting my little one-liners down. Mike's on grab. So a black teenage girl was found dead in Hopkinton as her family seeks answers, rumors, and outrage. As her family seeks answers, rumors, and outrage mount. So the girl we're talking about is Michaela Miller. So on the morning of April 18th, the 16-year-old was found dead in a wooded area a mile from her house in Hopkinton. The police told her family that her death was a suicide, but her family says that they have unanswered questions about what happened and that they felt largely ignored by the police and Middlesex District Attorney Marion Ryan. So let's see what the... So Starlish, her mother, she said that her daughter was attacked on April 17th by 5 white teenagers. Fallout from a fight Miller had with her girlfriend. More than 2 weeks after Miller's death and after mounting pressure from the family and other community advocates, Ryan finally provided information publicly and pushed back on the rumors. Okay, I'll read this. Who's Ryan?
Right, that's the DA, right?
Okay, sorry. So the DA said, regarding the notion of this office has in some way neglected Michaela's case or worse, engaged in some sort of cover-up because Michaela was black or because she was a member of the LGBTQI community. Damn.
You got the I?
What is I?
Intersex?
Intersect?
I'm just guessing. I'm pulling
Hey,
shit out my ass.
Let me not.
No, but to be honest, it
I,
wasn't.
I said inbred. That's the other, right?
But yeah, so he said that is patently false. So, okay, I'm gonna read off one last statement, then we'll get into it. Ryan confirmed that details of a physical altercation between Miller and 2 teenagers inside a clubhouse near her apartment on Saturday evening between 5:15 and 6:45. 3 other teens were also present. So they confirmed that She said her office had confirmed through cell phone records, Easy Pass records, witness statements, and video footage that none of the 5 young people who had been with Miller during the altercation were with her later in the night. About 2.5 hours after the fight, Miller's phone indicated that she traveled 1,300 steps, which Ryan said was roughly the distance from her house to the woods where she was found dead. Sheesh.
I would listen to the interview with the DA, and there was a news reporter, and there was one more person. I think it was family of Michaela Miller. She was saying that they asked her what was the race of the. It says 5 there, but she was saying it was 4. But she said 2 were white and 2 were Latinx. How the DA is making it sound like, well, it happened on April 18th.
Okay.
18th was when they found her body and she was dead. And the family, like, they knew that she got assaulted because they made the report, like, right after she got assaulted. And they didn't really, like, delve into it. And the DA's argument for it is, like, we didn't really have enough evidence. And it's like, we're only going off what she's saying. But you saw blood on her lips. And, like, you could see that she was bruised and shit like that. But they didn't really do, like, a full investigation. And they're really annoyed at the DA for, like, not communicating with the family as much.
Okay, yeah.
That's the biggest part.
And what throws me off is, so based on what they're saying, is that they're saying that the females involved in the altercation weren't in contact with her, and that her GPS, basically, I guess, so they tracked her phone and they could see that she went to the park, and their sense is that those people weren't involved, and the family feels ignored. The family feels ignored part, it's hard to, if you don't know the details, because what is it? I feel like if my kid died, I'm going to feel ignored regardless. If you don't get back to me, I mean, it's a huge loss of life. So it's hard. Yeah, I guess it's just hard to comment.
It's a big thing, too, because they're getting annoyed with the medical examination and it hasn't came in yet, and that's understandable because it's only been 2.5 weeks, and you can't rush that process, and you really can't, because they need to have it thoroughly done.
And so it's kind of like, remember Hotel Cecil, they had talked about how the masses made a whole thing of, like, every little thing became so scrutinized. So it was like, why did it take 3 weeks to get that in? Then you hear the coroner giving the exact explanation. We didn't want to rush this part. We were waiting for this test to come back. Since this one didn't come back the way we wanted to, we send it back in for further one. These, they have an explanation. Yeah. Sometimes it's easy to jump to conclusions. So I'd like to hear more info about this. I mean, we hear about a black teenage girl found dead. Yeah. Apparent suicide. I don't know more.
The thing about the apparent suicide, it's so weird because, at least from the side of the family who was speaking between the 3, the DA was present there too. She was like, no comment on if like how she died and all that. Mm-hmm. But Monica, who was a part of her family, she was saying that they found her tied to a tree, but she had a belt wrapped around her neck. But she's not wearing any gear, that she's wearing a belt. So I don't know how true that is, but from that, if you're only looking at it from that statement, it's like, that does sound like a murder. That does not sound like a suicide. Because originally when you told me, I thought she got hung. Yeah. But she was tied to the tree and she had a belt around her neck, so that doesn't make any sense to me. If she's not wearing any jeans, she's wearing like windbreaker and like a jumpsuit.
And well, thank you for introducing that fact, because even it's funny. I mean, it shows how, not funny, but it shows how, because just based off what I read, that wasn't even mentioned, right? Yeah. And that is because that's why I'm hearing the uproar, right? And then I look, okay, let me get a couple articles. The articles didn't even mention that, so it's like you mentioning that is like, okay, good. Like that gives me an overall picture of what is fucked up about this. So it's like I need to just hear more details, because it can't just be, oh, well, we don't think any of those 5 girls were involved, and let's get more details. So now I could see why the family are saying, like, well, we need to get more shit about this, and get that report, get the different stuff, because I'm sure she had signs of violence from the fight, right? So I get that you could say, oh, that was there before the hanging, but
she got, like, if you're gonna get jumped and you just told the police and you gave names for who jumped you, like, what the fuck? And why aren't you doing something about that at least? Like, at least go talk to the motherfuckers. Like, her argument is that, okay, we don't have a witness that could, like, talk about her story, or we don't have camera evidence. But, like, if the roles were reversed, You think 4 black kids would get arrested instantly for some type of assault
That's a good
on
point you
a
make.
white kid? You know that's pretty tough because I bet like okay, what are you thinking?
Well, you asked the question.
4 black kids.
Yeah.
If the roles were reversed, 4 black kids jumped somebody,
Yeah.
you don't think they would get convicted
Yeah,
a little
they
bit?
would get convicted.
right?
The only difference is that it wouldn't be national media news. You know, I think what we're seeing right now is the nationalization of a specific race being, I guess not quote unquote, not picked on, but like we don't see too many stories of the other side of 4 black men going out to kill a white woman, but they happen, and they happen at the same time that these stories of black kids getting killed, but we're only seeing on the media the black kids getting killed. So the first thing that was brought up, even in this whole conversation, was, oh, what race was she? Oh, it was 5 white kids versus 1 black, or what? Like if that's the starting topic to any conversation, it's kind of hard. I don't know. For me, it's kind of hard to just analyze that, especially now when I know that it's an agenda behind it. I'm just like, I personally know that. So it's like, oh, what race? Like when you start paying attention to race, I think we could go back to that other conversation where you lose sense of, okay, what's the facts, or like what's the common sense of what's happening, because now it's an emotional thing versus like, let me try to get to the bottom of it. It's just riling you up, like, oh, I can't believe that. Like even though we don't have any fact, we have. I think this case varies from the other ones in the fact that like, maybe this is something where we need to look at the police department and the DA. Like, okay, is there some shady shit going on there? Because are you omitting facts? Are you not doing your job? Other than that, it's like kind of how everything we got to just kind of wait and see what comes out. But from right now, the way I'm hearing it, it's like, okay, the DA's fucking up. Like, look into them. Like, other than that, if that happened,
yeah, and I feel like, you know what I want to hear from is her girlfriend. So Michaela's girlfriend, just on the fact of, I feel like the people close to them can kind of tell you like. I just want to get a sense of what they're trying to say in terms of, if you're saying she would not fucking kill her, like if you're saying dead ass like, no, that's fucking, I know for a fact, like she just got it because they said it was a fight pertaining around her girlfriend. So we don't know the facts on that, but I would be curious to see like, what is her girlfriend saying? What does she say about her state of mind? Does it seem like this shit happened? Because if you were there and you saw the fight break out and I don't know, whatever else happened, and you see these group of guys and you're you know, I'm saying in our case guys, girls. You know, you're seeing them, you might have a better idea of what happened. Like, no, they fucking killed her based off this. Or you might be able to say, like, I know where she was at. She had been telling me prior to this. She's having, you know. So it's hard to know. I'd like to hear from her.
She was originally in the clubhouse with 2 of her friends, and then her 2 friends left. And then she met with the 4 or 5 people, and then she got jumped. And that's, like, the story. But the DA is like, yo, I know it seems like we came to a conclusion to this case, but that's not the fact at all. But the family, they're actually going to do a private investigation into the DA and their department and what's it called? They were talking about the FBI. So FBI would do that type of shit. Because they were like, we need the FBI to do a full investigation on whatever her name's DA.
I think if they're saying that, yeah, exactly. I think that's them saying they're not getting it done. We need hire people to step in. But the private investigation, that just means basically you hire your own people to do their own investigation so they can find their own facts, because you don't believe in basically the DA's office finding that stuff.
And they're gonna bring in somebody for the medical examine.
Yeah.
You know, like their own peoples. You know.
I would do the same thing if I'm the family. Let me get my own experts that are objective, that are actually just looking at this. 'Cause if you don't trust what's going on, so hopefully we get more info and we can kind of keep them updated with that. I mean, it's, you know, I'm hearing a lot about, you know, the Michaela Miller passing. Yeah, exactly.
And I can't rule it as a suicide, like then and there.
And and at the same time, maybe they know facts that we don't. So it's like we gotta wait and see. But I hope to hear back about the family's private investigation.
Yeah.
And then maybe just to hear back from more people, because people don't just commit suicide out of nowhere, and you get into a fight over your girlfriend and then you go to the woods and tie yourself up and commit. So we got to figure out, is that actually true? Was she tied up when she was found? Because if that's what it's being said as, then it's like, yeah, I could definitely see a lot of the outrage, and I'll be right behind him if that's what the info is saying. I'm just wait till we see the facts.
The way I see it is that if the family thinks that it's not a suicide, then I'm gonna say it's not a suicide, because
what family does think though? Like, nah, I feel like most families they don't want to believe. Like, I would
like
be
the Hotel Cecil shit. Did you think that they thought it was a suicide?
They thought something happened to her.
You think, like, I bet there was so many people just riling up the media for them to think that, oh, somebody killed my daughter, but then in actuality she just died. Like, she messed up.
Yeah,
might
it's definitely
fall into
possible, but also I feel like unless you're like a negligent parent, you can also see certain signs that something is off around your child. Like if there was like no signs of my child being suicidal or wanting to take their own life, and out of nowhere they took their own life, I'm like, nah, that's sus. Like I've been around my kid and I didn't sense that at all. Like even like if you don't expect them to kill themselves, you can expect you can see something is off. Like they're probably going through something.
I think that's true in a lot of instances. But if you look at like even history though, there have been a lot of parents that have came out and said, no, there needs to be more investigation, and basically like all sources basically show like, no, I'm sorry, like it was that. And also there's a lot of families of teens who have committed murder, and they till the death of them will tell you, no, I will not believe that my kid did any of this wrongdoing. But it's like there's literally forensics, there's full on, because sometimes parents, they, you know, you want to believe, you want to see your kid the way you want to see him. So yeah, it's hard to gauge. Definitely hard to gauge.
But
all right, y'all know what time it is, man. Shout out to our sports anchor. Let them know what time it is. Dale, hit the pose. Bang.
Tonight,
Yes,
we
sir.
discuss Lonzo Ball and the New Orleans Pelicans.
Discussing some Lakers topics in this bitch.
Also, Lakers injured and struggling. Are we worried? Then, Nets versus Bucks. Should we be concerned for the Brooklyn Nets?
Find out next after the break. That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
You like that? Where the fuck you going?
Look at that camera. Look beautiful.
All right, boys. Let's cut into sports, man. What's the vibes? All right, let's start out. Let's talk Lakers struggles, actually. Let's start out with that one. So Lakers been struggling. We just had young Bronald come back. Bron didn't look great. He looked like he's still hurt. AD back in the mix. We had a horrible game against the Pistons. No, we had a horrible game against the Raptors. That one really hurt. Everyone looked pretty deflated. The morale on the team did not look good. People look unhappy.
LeBron left in the second half, did not come back, and he's missing the next 2 games.
He left in the fourth too. Like it was just an ugly ass game. But I guess he what did he say? He re-aggravated it type shit.
No, according to Nick Wright, he said he talked to somebody in LeBron's camp, and they said that if the playoffs were today, 100% LeBron would be starting. But he feels like he came back a few days too early, so he just resting the ankle.
Because he didn't look good.
Yeah, he said he can't cut or explode properly.
Yes, even with them saying that, like, he would be playing if it was the playoffs, it's like, fam, but it might be a replay. Like, you know, last year when he went playoff mode and he was still hurt. So it's like eventually, does it feel like Father Time is catching up to him? Like, because now we're seeing injuries and he's having trouble bouncing back. He's not looking good. We've only seen 2 major injuries, but I don't know if this one's telling. Maybe some of the analysts got it in my head of like, damn, we're seeing maybe this is age starting to show, because in the past he's been so durable. Now he has a high ankle sprain and he's out having trouble coming back. He was out for a minute too. Are we worried?
The thing about high ankle sprains. Like, one, his high ankle sprain injury was a fluke accident, and second, high ankle sprains are really serious injuries. Even NFL players, they'd be gone for like 8 weeks of a high ankle sprain. And they'd be talking about how I didn't even feel the same until the off season. Like,
do you know what degree it was? I know it's high ankle sprain. Does it tell you like that? They don't talk about that in sports.
I don't think they talk about the degree, but yeah, high ankle sprains are the type of things that even when you bounce back and you come back, it still lingers. Like, you're never truly healed. Same thing with a regular ankle sprain, but these are a lot more severe. So I feel like his age doesn't really factor into that. Maybe in the sense that he can't just regenerate like he used to back in the day.
Yeah.
But I'm not too worried. I feel like even though he's older, he has a few weeks to get his body right before the playoffs, you know. But it is a little bit of a concern in there because, you know, when your best player is not 100%, like, that's something to take seriously.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the age factor, I get nervous by it when I hear these things, and it kind of does seem like it's pointing toward that. But at the same time, I think we'd have to see down the road. Maybe if down the road we keep seeing these injuries pop up and he's having trouble bouncing back, then we could kind of deem it that. I think more right now it's just a little more fear, because if he comes back killing when it comes playoff time, we'll say some different shit. But then again, he is coming out saying, I don't think I'll ever be 100% in my career. And it's like the way I'm seeing him when he's hurt, I'm like, bro, I can't even picture him 100% no more. Like, flying down the lane, banging out. I think that's kind of over, just in terms of, you know, he was a crazy ass fucking bull just sprinting down. I think them days is over. I think he'll still be amazingly effective, but when he was saying he might not ever be 100%, I kind of was like, oh, I kind of feel that sentiment.
So you're worried?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm worried about that. I'm worried about how badly we perform without Bron. I think we should at least be a 500 team with Bron and AD out. Fine. I still think we should be able to at least be close to 500. He comes back. I'm worried about the fit of Andre Drummond. I think people have been unhappy after that game against the Raptors. Kuzma came out and said, "I think Marc Gasol needs to get more minutes." You don't come out and say that shit publicly like that if there's not grumblings in the locker room, and you can see the people, they look deflated, bro. The defense was horrible. Offensive side, I get working out kinks, but the defense was horrible. And then on top of that, I think some people might have the sentiment that's been tossed around of Drummond is a stat guy. Like, he cares about getting his double-figure scoring and his boards, but when you look at how we're actually performing in the games, it's not really doing great, and AD has not looked good on the floor with Drummond. He's looking much better with Marc Gasol. When he has Drummond out there, he's on the perimeter all game long, and he hasn't looked great except for the last game without Braun. He looked good again, but it's been a little worrisome. I want to see AD get back to being AD. You can't have Siakam on you all game. You're not getting doubled, and you're not turning it up on him. We just can't have that.
One thing I think is pretty funny is how we're all saying we want Marc Gasol to get more minutes.
Why are you hating on Marc, bro? Go on.
No, I actually love Marc. You can ask Ryan. I told Ryan that was my favorite acquisition of the offseason at the time. But it's kind of funny how people are saying, oh, we need to play Marc Gasol more. But I remember Laker fans being pissed the way Marc Gasol was playing at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, he wasn't even playing bad. He just wasn't aesthetically pleasing. They're just so used to the JaVale Dwight type bigs who are athletic, can block shots, rim run, catch lobs. Now we signed a player who can theoretically fulfill that role, and they're like, nah, play Marc Gasol over him.
I think, and I agree with you. I think the issue at first with Marc Gasol was, so we're not getting the rim defense that we knew we were getting, right? We're not getting any of that. All the stuff that he lacks was becoming apparent. We don't have those rim defenders. But then the other side of that is we have someone that can space the floor. But then if we're looking numbers-wise, he wasn't really having much production. It looked like he was kind of struggling in our offense to really be effective. Now it's being looked at as more him on the floor with AD, his ability to space the floor and get the fuck out of there, because it does kind of, when you watch it, kind of does seem like Drummond, everything they doing, he's right up in that lane, wants that motherfucker. And they say he's a black hole, and I've really started to see that in terms of when he gets that shit, I've seen him put up 3 different post moves and then jump, shoot it. He literally shot it. Like, the hand was contesting him so bad, he had to lean back and chuck it up. He actually made it. But I'm knowing if I'm someone like LeBron wouldn't even give Dwight the ball when Dwight would be fronting all hard as fuck like that. So I feel like it does seem like maybe there's some tension, because then the next game he got less minutes and he didn't close out the game, and that was without LeBron. So I don't know.
Foul trouble though.
Okay. It'll be something to look at as we go forward in playoff time. I think playoff time is going to determine a lot of where people stand with the team. If we start seeing Montrezl Harrell get his, I mean, he got to do. That's the thing why I worry about the locker room. He got a DNP, did not play last week. And first of all, out of nowhere, he's a key player. For him to get a do not play, that's not going to go over great in the locker room. And then the opposite of that is then the next night he has 22 minutes. Okay, my next question is the last thing I have about the Lakers, unless anyone else has anything else. Do you think that, and someone asked me this and I was curious what y'all thought. Do you think Frank Vogel should have fear of his job? Is there a chance that he gets fired if things don't go well this playoffs?
He won a championship last year. Why the hell did he get fired?
Nah, there's always a possibility of head coaches getting fired if they don't perform.
It's an unfair world. The coach does get blamed. So imagine we still looking rocky. And on top of that, remember how we first got hired. You are here for these X amount of years that Braun has signed of the contract. But remember who they picked up with them. Jason Kidd. They might hit up J. Kidd. What was going wrong that whole time? Because we see that Drummond didn't mesh. Montrezl Harrell might be unhappy depending on how these playoff numbers look. I honestly, I was thinking the same way as you, but now I think it might be a possibility, especially with the way the league has gone. If one shit doesn't go well and you have LeBron,
I mean, how can you blame Frank? Like, the number one issue the Lakers have this season is their health. So I don't see how you could blame Frank Vogel for their health. And blaming Frank Vogel for Andre Drummond, that was a front office decision. They definitely promised him, a starting role.
Yeah.
The coach doesn't do that. The front office did that. And that's AD's homeboy. So that's definitely just the politics of the locker room. So I don't really see how it's Frank Vogel's fault, especially when he proved last year that he's a good coach. Even when LeBron and AD went out, our defense was still number 1 in the league. That's 100% a testament to him. So I don't see how you would fire him, especially for a coach like Jason Kidd, who never won a championship, has never proven anything in the league as a head coach.
Yeah,
Besides spilling a drink on the floor.
Yeah, that was
genius, though.
That was quick.
I'll give him that. That was pretty smart.
But the thing is, though, and I see what you're saying, and that makes sense too, but we're talking about now. But I'm saying if everyone comes back and the mesh isn't well, things just aren't fitting, the unfortunate thing in the league is when you have talent and shit just doesn't mesh out well, the coach is pretty much always the one that's blamed. So if I'm Genie, we're pretty cutthroat in LA, dog. Like, people be in and out. So I feel like if things aren't meshing well in the playoffs and Bron is unhappy, he's not happy with how this meshed, how these things couldn't form a lot. Because last year, it was like, bro, Bron is coaching the damn team. Like, everyone was so together, and but Frank was making these changes, and everyone respected that. I feel like if the playoffs go badly this year, and my original stance was, I think he'll be able to start out next year, but if next year isn't going well, he is on the hot seat for sure. If we come out to a bad start next season, he's going to be fired. If things don't look good in playoffs, and then that happens, he's going to be fired. But after really thinking about it, he might be on the hot seat if these playoffs look a mess and we get first rounded or we lose in a play-in game.
I just don't see it because you can't really blame Frank for the health of the players, you know? Like, it's one thing if we lose because X and O's wise, but if we're being honest, if healthy, who's really beating us besides maybe Brooklyn?
But you're thinking if you were the guy making the decisions. I'm just saying the way that the league is landscaped, coaches usually do get blamed for that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they make that move.
But what coach got fired after winning a championship, though? That's the
Didn't
thing.
Doc Rivers get fired? Oh, like
He got fired by the
Nah.
Clippers, and he was there for 8 years, didn't even go to the third round. Like, it's different. Like, look at Brad Stevens.
David Blatt.
He didn't win shit either.
He got them to the championship twice in a row.
I
And
mean,
then the third year,
but
he
he
gets
didn't-
fired mid-season.
But he didn't really have a contribution to that team. Like Frank Vogel, we could see the defense the Lakers play and know that's his stamp.
But I'm just responding to what you said. You said what you were saying after winning a championship got fired. And I'm so that's right. He didn't win a championship, but David Blatt did get him to the chip twice in a row. It's just that you could say he wasn't a good coach and different things like that. But I'm just saying if that's the example, that's my counter to that. Well, David Blatt took him to the chip most times, but just because you get there, you could still get fired. I mean, Tyronn Lue got fired the year after he brought LeBron and them to the finals and then lost. It happens. Coaches get fired. It's like, what are you doing for me lately? What's his name? Alvin Gentry. He got coach of the year and got fired that same year. So it's like, end of the day, they care about how far are we getting? Are we going to get to that final chip? So I don't know. I could see it either way. I see what you're saying, though, in terms of, like, not all this shit is his fault. We're coming back from injuries. I'm just saying if things continue to go badly in the playoffs, I feel like the media also plays in that narrative because if they start talking about are they gonna get rid of him? But I see what you're saying. I feel like we could just go in circles in this one, but I do see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's correct that he should get fired because he did put in work to get there. But like just because of how it is structured in the league, it's like how the players just they be getting trades all the time, you know. And a coach getting fired is not him getting fired; it's just him getting traded, if anything.
And it's fucked up because they always thought when the team is going well, it's all about the players. Oh, Bron is playing great. Donovan Mitchell is playing great. You know, they thought when the team is rolling. When the team starts playing badly, especially when there's talent, they just put it all on the coach, which is unfair. So I'm not agreeing with that. But I was just saying, you know, kind of how I could see it going. But
Anticipation. You know?
I would hope we give him that respect.
All I know is that if we had a different coach, our team would be worse. That's all I know. There's no coach on the market right now that can coach this team better than Frank
So you're
Vogel
saying out of the pool, you don't think? Because I'm saying, look, shit, if we got fucking
What about Tom
Phil
Thibodeau?
Jackson in this motherfucker, or we got Pat Riley, shit. But I mean, there's just great coaches. But I see what you're saying. In terms of the coaching pool, he's looking like the best one. Hey, maybe we get Luke Walton back in the cut. That's going to take us. We're going to not make the playoffs.
You think we could win with Doc?
Yeah,
I feel like Doc's a great coach.
I don't knock Doc like other people do, but it's different shit. I think that locker room got.
I'd rather
played
have
out
Frank
of his
Vogel.
voice.
If you think about it, they both have the same amount of championships.
Yeah, if you're basing off that, as of last year, they have the same amount of championships. All right, so next, where we go? Oh, let's talk Nets Bucks. So Nets Bucks had 2 games back to back. The Nets lost both games. They were without James Harden for both games. Giannis showed out both games. He's averaging 40, and he had 49 in the first game. I think he had, 34 in the second game? We could do the averages, but he played well. What do y'all think what are your takeaways from this? Is this a meaningful type thing? What did you take from it?
It's hard. I can't really give a full analysis
I like turtles.
of this because James Harden didn't play, aka the Nets' best and most valuable player. But it did show one thing that I had a fear for if I was a Nets fan, is that they just have nobody to match up with Giannis whatsoever. Like
Was KD playing?
Yeah, KD was playing, and KD played pretty well into the fourth quarter. But they put DeAndre Jordan on Giannis, and he just can't guard him. He's too slow. Giannis is too strong, too fast, and he's even hitting jump shots. So at that point, who can really guard him? But yeah, the Nets really have no answer for Giannis or any elite inside player. Even Andre Drummond looked like Wilt Chamberlain against them when they played the Lakers.
Yeah, I wish I could say it was a call for concern for the Nets. Like, I wish I could be like, yo, look at them. But it's like, bro, I mean, they're missing James Harden. And I don't agree that he's the best player on the team. I still think it's KD. I think KD is their guy. But I feel like if you're missing any one of them, I'm looking at it differently once you win. Like, if you don't have Kyrie, Kyrie's a 40-point machine. So I'm like, okay, well, if they're not at full strength, I can't really respect it the same. It is big for the Bucks, though. I mean, Giannis looked great. Giannis is hitting outside shots. He's hitting 3 balls. So, like, he's looking great. If I'm a Bucks fan, I'm extremely hyped. I'm looking forward to seeing them in the playoff. Well,
we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
Exactly. If I'm them, it makes me feel good going into the playoffs that we got those dubs. But I mean, James Harden was out. You know the deal. Like, it's a little different when you got all 3 of them to deal with. But he did look great, and no one could really contain Giannis.
How long is J Hart out for?
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely. So we'll find out. Hopefully not too long. What's the injury? Do you know?
Hamstring.
The hamstring.
He injured it, then he re-aggravated, and he went back to step one basically.
So no playoffs for him or no finals.
He's probably just going.
We don't know when he's coming back. Like, he might come before, he might come during, he might come right when. We don't know.
With a talented team like that, though, that's the thing. He gets a cushion. He can come back when he's fully right. You have Kyrie when he comes, he can kind of time when he comes out based on how urgent it is, because it's. If you got those two and y'all are smacking let's see who they face first round. If they face someone first round and he's not pressed, it's like we might just want to rest him, let him come back healthy when he's good and pick up where he left off.
I think the NBA screenwriters just want y'all to get, clench our asses, especially about the Lakers and the Nets.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, dude, the Nets are so frustrating because they be down one, down the other, down one, down the other. The fucking Kyrie gets called a nigga and then he sits out a game because his health. Like, and then they still be killing, but they did lose 2 in a row. But it's.
I think with the Bucks, that just goes to show like the size. Like, I think like 1 through 5, aren't they all aren't they all like what, over 6'2" damn near? Like, they have size at every single position. I'm definitely wrong about that, but I'm saying they have size and strength at every position. So, and the Nets, you have what? I forgot what's his name.
Did Blake play?
No, center. What's his fuck? Not Andre Drummond. DeAndre. You have DeAndre. Other than that, though, it's like. Who on the Nets has that same physicality or that same, like, Blake Griffin is not the same Blake Griffin as a few years ago. And I don't think Blake Griffin would even, I don't even know how that would look. Like, even Blake Griffin back in the day playing against Giannis and like now, like, I don't even know if that would still be.
He couldn't have guarded him back then. Giannis is, and you know what's beautiful in the league though? Is because we've kind of ridden Giannis out in terms of we don't really care that much about regular season. We need to see it in the playoffs now. Like, dude, we get it. You're amazing. We need to see that. But big games like these, bro, like 40 pieces like that against a good team, he's hitting outside shots. It's nice to see his development, and I like how you can always rewrite your history in sports. So I'm excited. If they match up in the playoffs, I will definitely be watching the series. I think the Bucks could take a game or two. I don't think anyone in the East could get the Nets, though.
Yeah, because also, like, if you looked at the playoffs last year with the Heat and Milwaukee, like, all they had to do was just fucking zone them out. That's just, take as many shots as you want. So it's like, you don't think even if the Nets don't have the physicality, it's like, you don't think they could do the same exact shit?
Oh, no, playoffs is different. I think playoffs, Nets get it, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, boys, you ready for the next one?
I'm not too sure, man. But also, one quick stat about James Harden. Mm-hmm. The Nets record with James Harden is 27-7.
Damn.
The record without James Harden is under 500.
What does under 500 mean?
They lose more than they win.
Like under 50%, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the 1 percentage.
Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense because a lot of times when they didn't have, are we doing without James Harden with Kyrie and Kevin, or are we just
when he's in the lineup in general? Even if it's him by himself, even with him just one other star. Like, remember before they traded for James Harden, the Nets season was looking kind of rough.
No KD though. KD was out for
a little bit of KD.
KD was there. Kyrie just dipped. And then
KD dipped.
And then even when they were playing, like, the record wasn't that good.
I see.
The trade low-key saved their season, so he might not be better than Durant, but he's definitely the most valuable player because he's the one who organizes the offense.
And I see, and that's why I think KD is the best player, no doubt. But if we're talking about what James Harden brings, fuck yeah, dude, he's a triple-double. I mean, he's facilitating. He'll get you 30 and be facilitating all first half. Like, no, I definitely agree with you on that. Yeah. But at the same time, that's basically the point guard position. It's someone who can get everyone. I mean, it's what LeBron does. Not comparing, but in terms of when you have someone that can facilitate, get you buckets whenever needed to a different degree. When you see how James is getting the buckets up. All right, before my laptop dies, let me go on this next one. You know what time it is, man. I told y'all for years. Niggas didn't believe what I was saying for years. I tried to tell y'all. Where we was going to be at. We in year 5 getting it. We never fell off the train. I wish MT was here so I could let you know and I could explain how I'm feeling when you hopped off the plane. Lonzo Ball, ladies and gentlemen,
Talk
man.
about that ball, boy.
What have I told y'all? This man's getting 30 pieces. This man's
Hey.
hitting step backs. He's
Okay.
hitting game winners,
Say
my dog.
what?
He's trash talking Draymond Green in this
Fuck outta
motherfucker.
here.
He was walking by talking shit to him mid game. Then he went and hit the game tying shot and the game winning shot. Don't play with me.
Slut.
I told y'all, and now I hate people like MT. Y'all lucky MT ain't in the building. Who had given up, and now they want to tell me, bro, you see how Lonzo's been doing? I told y'all this on day one. He needed the right situation, he needed the right headspace, and he needed to get it going.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I ain't listening to y'all no more.
Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff.
Alright, Malato don't die. That's the outro.
Please. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
So,
Fuck
I'll
this
just cut it.
shit,
I'll cut it.
I'm
Sorry,
out.
sorry.
Alright
So-
then.
how many points did he drop?
One game he had 34, and then one he had like 28, I want to say.
All right. You know how many points he dropped the game before his last game? 6.
Which game? Which game? Who'd they play against?
I forgot, but I saw the game log. It was like
How many dimes?
5 points, 34, 6 points, 30. There's
I
like
love
5
it.
points
I
again.
love it. You're right. You're right about that. And you know what? You know what he texted Zion that game right before the Warriors game. He said, "Yo, my fault about tonight. I'm gonna be here tomorrow though." And then he went out and dropped 30 points. So if you was doubting him, oh, I muted it. Yeah, that's right. I did hear about that. He had a slump type game, right? And then you know what's wild though? They still got BI on that team. We ain't heard shit about BI. It's becoming the Lonzo and Zion show. Down the stretch,
Yeah.
it was literally all Lonzo and Zion.
Yeah.
Lonzo's shot that he hit to hit the game winner, bro. It wasn't no spot up, nothing. No, he did the pick and roll with Zion, drove hard as fuck, snatched back, did this little he snatched back, did his little 1-footer gather, and whopped it. And that's the same game he was talking shit to Draymond. I fucking love what I'm seeing. I know he had an ass game before. I forgot about that. But that, and then he hit Zion. That's my fault. I'm gonna be there tomorrow. And Zion was talking about that, like, yeah, man, like you gotta respect this dude, man. The way he goes about it, him sending me that shit. Then he comes out and does what he did tonight. Like, man.
I think Lonzo's raising that trade value. Oh wow! Or do you think the Pelicans should keep that core, and what should they do? Like what how do
He
you
gonna
fix their problem?
team up with LaMelo at some point. So we'll just see where he land. But to be honest, the way I look at the league now, if you could team up with your friends, this nigga's gonna team up with his brother. Like they've been dying to play together. So once we get him,
that's gonna be
LaMelo,
fun.
bro, imagine this: him, LaMelo, Jello. We live. The three of them pair up. What you think it's gonna be like when Jello get back in the league?
Oh, league's over.
The league's over.
Right,
Exactly.
they're not ready for that shit, bro.
Exactly.
He's gonna be the greatest post player of all time.
That
Yep.
was funny. You said the league over. I was like, wait, like it's not gonna happen anymore. Like they're gonna cancel it
Cancel
by the
that
time
shit.
They
it
might
gets
have to, bro. All three of the Ball brothers on one team. Like it's worse than Durant joining the Warriors.
But yeah, man, I had to come in here and talk about Lonzo. You know, several times when I saw his highlights and shit, I literally took a video for y'all, and I was about to tag y'all like, what the fuck I've been telling. Then some other shit happened. Then I was like, all right, I kept forgetting about it. But several times, bro, every time I see him heating up and doing this shit, I really get a post ready and start to tag y'all. I've done it sometimes.
See, but we're
I'll
not
be
Lonzo
forgetting.
haters though.
I know, like we're not the Lonzo haters. Maybe Dale.
I mean, I wasn't a hater. I just gave up on him.
Yeah, that's being a hater.
That's not being a hater. Like I want him to succeed.
That's that doubt.
I want him to succeed really bad.
Y'all
Like
gave
I was a
up
huge
on
him.
fan
Not enough.
since he was in high school. He's one of my favorite college players ever. He was drafted to the Lakers.
Was.
I wanted him to be drafted to the Lakers.
It's crazy that you lose value in a year in sports. You literally, well, I understand that, but like if like you don't get the chance to improve. But okay, 4 years, that is a
in
long
their
time. I gotta
defense-
give it to you.
And their defense, and that's why they were so hard. Because after the first year, you know, as a Lonzo fan, you want, oh, next year, this one, he had his ankle injuries. It was Luke. Then the next year came. And I'll express, like, I was very frustrated with them. And I'm telling y'all, bro, if I don't see some change, I must. But I never gave up hope.
Better than me, bro. I gave up.
Oh,
You did give up hope.
I 100% gave up hope. I was like, damn, he's light skinned Rubio.
What you say? Lonzo gonna drop 30.
Biracial Livingston.
Nah, let's be real though. Lonzo been doing this shit. I told y'all he was gonna be doing this shit. And end of convo. That's simple as that. I like this button. That shit got me in a light. What you say?
So if Lonzo be doing his shit, and then Ingram be doing his shit, and we know Zion be doing his shit, how come the Pelicans still suck?
Do you start to look at Stan Van Gundy?
I
now
blame
you can blame the
Stan
coach.
and I blame the front office because they're the ones who traded Drew Holiday and got Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams,
Yeah.
2 players who stink and don't fit with their best players at all. So
I cannot argue.
But do y'all watch them play? Look, they have like no defense. It's like it's no communication. It'll be
Yeah.
the easiest layups.
That's-
Like, it'll be layup, and then you see Lonzo over there like, what the fuck is going
And
on? Like
that's-
Steven doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
That's
Like
the thing.
confusion.
Lonzo's a great defender. Steven Adams is a great defender.
Bledsoe's
I know-
a good defender.
Bledsoe's a good defender. But when you're seeing a team where they're just not playing defense, that's when
Coach.
you start looking at the coach. And that's why I was looking at Lakers a little concerned of we don't look like you have Braun on the floor and we're not playing defense. Caruso's getting blown by every play. No one's helping over. Braun every time they get a bucket is out like that. I know we're going back to Lakers, but when you see a team playing bad defense and the morale looks bad,
Coach.
something's going on. And you look at then after the game, yeah, Marcus Gasol needs more minutes. Oh shit. Well, you know what you saying. If you saying that, you know damn well if we have the fucking the 4 of us plus fucking Melvin, and then we have like Ryan coming off the bench and Melvin stinking it up or something. I'm like, yeah, Ryan needs for sure more minutes. They play this. You know what that's saying, and we got to go back to the locker room. So it's like if that's being said publicly, what have they been thinking privately for some time, I'd assume. So that's why I look at that shit a little different. We don't know shit, but that's why I get a little bit of concern. And the defense is bad. The morale is bad. Coach.
I mean, the defense has been great for like the vast majority of the season. So I don't feel like a couple games is enough to worry about it.
But they said we're just not playing together right now. I forgot who. I think it might have been KCP or one of them was saying in postgame, we're just not together. Sorry, if we're back to Lakers, we're just not playing together. We don't look like a team, right? Or no, I'm adding on, but that was the statement. We're not playing together, and it was accurate. But it's like we don't know what the issues is. Braun just came back. It's different shit. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying it does make me look a little that way. All right, we got any more boys? Or are we feeling juicy?
I was gonna say, I'll probably save it for a different topic, but rookie of the year, and then I was gonna ask y'all who y'all thought like the best backcourt is, but I already have like a good answer. So
Oh, it's easy. Best backcourt?
yeah,
Westbrook and Bradley Beal, bro. What the fuck you talking about?
really.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you
All
think
right.
their seeding gets them out of that though?
I mean, in their defense, one, Westbrook was recovering from his injury and finally got healthy, and 2, COVID really decimated their team.
They had a
to
lot
the,
of people out.
To the point they weren't even allowed. They had no games or practices for 2 weeks, and they weren't even allowed to meet in person.
Mhm.
They had to do everything in Zoom. So the fact that they're even like fighting back and competing this late in the season, I have to give them credit for that alone. You know?
Where
Alright,
do
Chad,
you
you
know
gonna
where
believe
their standings are right now?
They're in the play-in tournament right now.
Okay, so they're around
Yeah.
10th, 9th
Yeah,
type
10th,
area.
9th right
Oh,
now.
they're gonna do the same shit as last year.
Yeah.
So
okay.
But it's more expanded, though.
You put them over Dame and CJ?
Oh, 100%, yeah, easily.
Okay, what's
Y'all are sleeping.
What about Dre Hard and Kyrie?
y'all are sleeping?
Oh,
fuck?
duh.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Tripping?
Okay, but come on.
Okay, all right. Listen,
All right,
y'all-
besides
no one's
them-
gonna beat them though. Come on, let's talk about the
Yeah.
fuck it feeling because you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely that.
Okay,
definitely that.
Devin Booker and CP3.
I was about to say that.
Ah!
So that's
my
the number
second
one
choice.
team in the West. No, number one team in the West.
Yeah.
CP3, Devin Booker. They're fucking balling out.
I mean, so
And
is Russ and
Are they
Bradley
not?
Beal balling out.
Are they not the best backcourt in the NBA right now?
I mean, you can argue that, but also they've been balling out. But if you compare how much help they have compared to how much help Russ and Beal has, it's not the same. Like, one, they have a way better coach, and 2, they have way better players around them. I feel like if we switch those 2 players, switch those duos, do you think that the Wizards will be number 1 in the East?
No, when you watch them
With
play
CP3?
with CP3
No,
and
probably not,
with Devin
probably
Booker, Devin Booker is honestly creating a lot of his own shots.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then they just have such great synergy working together. Like you could tell they're both on the same page. Regardless of what the other 3 are doing on the court, those
Yeah.
2 are always on the same page.
Yeah.
Like it. I don't even know how to describe it. I haven't seen it in a minute.
Could also
like,
you could also see like Devin Booker's game like shifting to a whole nother
Mm-hmm.
level, especially because he is playing with CP3. You can see like
Yeah.
certain moves that Devin Booker does is like the drop, like the handoff. He'll play a certain way just like CP3.
And so if we're debating the 2, I think it's a hard toss up because Bradley Beal and Westbrook have the wow stats, right? They have these crazy games. Westbrook is on a tear. He seems like he's back healthy. So we all owe him an apology for thinking he was washed. He was unhealthy.
Leading league in assists. leading league in assists, by the way. Bradley Beal leading league in
Bradley
scoring.
Beal's second in scoring.
Oh, second in scoring.
After Steph. But which is funny. I saw a post like, "Are we gonna talk about Steph? Are we gonna talk about his ability to score? Blah blah blah." I'm like, well, he's first in scoring and he's shooting. We have to talk about is he able to score consistently without Clay and
See,
whoever.
nobody was saying that shit, bro. People trying to push that narrative, like, oh, and y'all said Steph wouldn't cook without KD and Clay. Nobody said
but
that shit.
Someone was saying no, but the post I was saying was like, it's time to talk about Steph. can he really score? Like, let's talk about his thing. He has no Finals MVPs, and so I commented. I don't usually be commenting on niggas Twitter shit, but I was like, well, he's leading the league in scoring and he's shooting 49% of the field. So let's talk about it. Like, if that's still a question, I think he kind of answered that this year. But okay, sorry. Back to the point we were talking about. We were talking about those backcourts. They have those wow numbers, but then CP and Devin Booker just have the results. They're fucking tied for first in the West. I don't know if they passed Jazz, but they were tied for first in the West. They had to come back up to get to that spot, and then. Man, they're just looking so good. Like, CP is being talked about for MVP discussions now, which is funny because I remember earlier in the year we were like, how does he get the look but not Devin Booker? But, bro, even in Phoenix, they're chanting MVP for CP while he's at the free throw line. So they really seen him as that. He really has been like the MVP for their team. In terms of just,
he ain't no fucking MVP, bro. He's averaging 16 and 9. Get that Steve Nash MVP out of my face.
But what he did to the team, the Suns, they did good prior to Chris Paul.
Yeah, they were great during the bubble, but like also the Wizards are one of the hottest teams in the NBA the past like month and some change. So if we just take away their terrible COVID start, their terrible injury start, they're one of the best teams in the league too.
Well, if you're gonna call him like Steve Nash, I thought it's most valuable player. I thought Chris Paul would be the most valuable player on that team.
I mean, I'm not even sure if he is. I think Devin Booker is probably the most valuable player on this team.
I think he's the best player.
But when you got the fans from Phoenix cheering MVP, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm starting to, because I was on the same way. Like, bro, they got Devin's the man. But I think what people are saying, it's kind of like how we talked about Kevin Durant and James Harden. I think it's a similar in terms of that relationship of like what CP does in terms of his. I know Devin Booker's clutch, but CP got the clutch factor, the assists he gets off, the way he gets the offense going, which is I think in a way what Devin Booker needed is he needed a point guard who gets the offense going. I know he had Ruby on pass stuff like that, but someone who really gets.
He just needed somebody who didn't fucking suck. Everybody on his team sucked. First guy who actually hoop.
But he's just looking good. Devin Booker is able to put up his numbers and be great, and CP is doing a lot for him. So I mean, I see what you're saying. It's a tough one to compare, but I think we did a good job kind of comparing them in the two of
that was good.
Beal is second in leading in scoring. Russ has the stats. At the end of the day, they're in the play-in tournament. They did have all right. So look, I know they had a bad start COVID-wise. Yeah. But even after that, they were playing pretty bad. And then Bradley Beal even
had injuries.
Yeah, but I
think also Phoenix one of the healthiest teams all season.
It took them a while to get going though, because I know you can say the injuries, but there was times where they were just playing like garbage. Even Bradley Beal addressed, like he said, I think that I had Russell's taught me a lot of stuff, but he was saying my body language was not good for the team. I was sitting there pouting and frustrated, and even his sister came out saying sick of this shit. Like they were frustrated with the trash ass team. And then on top of that, remember you seen the play where Russell kept diming up these niggas, so it kind of goes to your point of the team is ass. Russ was diming up these niggas. They missed like 3 layups in a row.
Yeah, I seen that.
So it's like the
worst
team is also
in the league too for a while.
So the team has also just been ass in many ways. But it's like in your defense, you can't really put that on Russ and shit. My laptop died, so we about to be out. This motherfucker, shit. I'm out of drops.
Thank you for listening to the really good podcast. It was a great pod. We do it for you guys. How y'all enjoyed the pod?
Yeah, good, man. Because also at the same time, Kamaru Usman, man. Yeah, no, imagine. I'm reading the energy in the room.
Next week.
I'm filling out the room.
And I'll say the last for next week too.
All right.
And now we can like say all the bullshit we want because he's not here to fact check us.
No, with the laptop.
Oh shit! Yeah, you don't see me.
Did you know that Russell Westbrook actually has 3 MVPs?
Wow!
All right, man. Well, anyone's still watching, we appreciate y'all joining
Shout
us.
out to you.
We ended on
sorry. I thought that there's a whole Chris Paul versus Russell Westbrook debate the past few days. We could have talked about that.
All right, next.
Okay, Chris Paul, Westbrook. I like that. We'll hold on for next week.
Next week.
All right, man. We appreciate y'all on behalf of the staff and the crew behind the scenes. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you, motherfuckers.
Y'all have been great. And we out this motherfucker. I wanted to play the little theme, but next time I'm gonna keep the charger going or something. Maybe charge during the break.
Do your single to my your scream. You, yeah, nigga.
Oh,
that was good.
Now you gotta do the high pitch scream though.
That was high.
You know how they do it.
I don't.
You don't know.
Which one?
I can't imitate it. I don't know.
We'll try.
I feel like I might be culturally appropriate. Nah, I can't do it. I'm scared it's gonna be terrible. They'll do it.
We'll just try it. I'll cut it out.
I don't know how to do that
shit. Not cutting it. Not cutting it. All right, y'all. It's been a great episode. We out this motherfucker.
Girl, I'm off the drugs right now. I could use your love right now, but they steady trying to tear me down. I just wanna tell you now,